Alright, let's see. Once this comes up, we can start.
It's like, that's racist.
Steph, please.
Good. I'm sorry. I had to.
Okay, is it streaming? Come on.
Is it?
Let me open it up real quick on YouTube. It says it's still waiting. Okay, yep, it's live. Okay, so welcome to the AYFEW AetherCast, everybody. I'm Corvus with Original Sin Gaming. We got a couple announcements before we start the stream. The next podcast for Radiant Dawn will likely be the last AYFEW AetherCast, as we have started a new project called the Paragon Podcast. It's going to be hosted by my Fire Emblem group, Fire Emblem Sanctuary. And what we're going to be doing is taking people from all the different Fire Emblem communities on Facebook and throwing them into podcasts and having them discuss things in an attempt to bring the community together in light of recent drama with groups such as Wales and Minnows United being shut down. So that's going to be a new project that I'm going to be embarking on with you guys, and I hope you guys will help me out with that along the way.
Well, I'll try.
Without any further ado, let's get started. So, we're gonna go around and introduce ourselves. Steph, why don't you go first?
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, it is ladies first, so... Okay, hello everybody, good day, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am known as Aetherinne around the whole interwebs. Whatever. How the heck did I get started on Fire Emblem? Jesus Christ, it's quite a mess, to be quite honest. I totally lost it. Okay, there we go. How'd I get into it? Well, it was originally started with a little game called Melee. Oh yes, that is the best Fire Emblem, am I right?
Melee is the only Fire Emblem. This is secretly a podcast about Smash Bros. Melee.
Roy's the best character.
Some people.
I mean, he is our boy.
Roy top tier.
I actually main Roy and Ike, so... Whoa.
I don't even remember who I made. Anyway, shortly after Melee, I was like, what is this game? Who are these characters? And why the heck are they talking gibberish? So I figured out that they were actually from Fire Emblem. No, I didn't know what was Japanese back then. I'm sorry, I was an idiot. I know better.
Moonspeak.
That shit. Whatever.
No,
Can I continue, please?
Go for it.
Okay. And then it was a cute little game called Sacred Stones that I had to emulate because I didn't have the original copy. Sorry, I would have supported, but you get the point. I didn't really finish it completely because I just skipped straight to the end. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm boring you.
I'm just tired.
Oh.
Yeah, Q's got a weird sleep schedule. Pay the yawns, no mind.
Oh my goodness.
I only
After
wake up
that,
at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's totally normal. Absolutely. After that, I got a little game called Blazing Blade and Binding Blade. I didn't finish them. I found it boring, and I found Lynn's tutorial to be absolutely annoying, like everybody else.
Yeah.
100% uncensored anime handholding. That's Lynn's tutorial in a nutshell. Hi, we think Americans are stupid, so we're gonna give you a 10-chapter-long tutorial.
Yeah, pretty much, and it was horrifying. I'm like, is there a way to skip it? Then I actually
only if you have a previous save file from Binding Blade,
exactly,
which was Japan only.
Or just any game after completion.
Go figure that one out, right?
Yep.
After that, it was Brawl, and then I found probably the best Lord of Fire Emblem, Ike. Ha 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 ha. Anyway,
Hey, we like Ike. Sue us.
Exactly.
I don't like Ike.
We're all here.
Shut up, hater. Anyway,
Whoa! Sensing some hostility there. Trigger.
Nah, I'm good. After that, it's Awakening, I got Awakening again. Why? Oh god, why do I have to tell the story again?
Just say you lost it. We've heard it in previous podcasts. Just say you lost it.
Long story short, lost it, got it again. Someone got hit with karma. Anyway, and I finally managed to complete it, even though I lost all of the DLC and I cannot be arsed to buy it again. Jeez.
Awakening DLC was reasonable compared to Fates and Echoes DLC, to be honest.
You also shouldn't have to buy it again. If you keyed it to your Nintendo account, you should just be able to re-download it.
I lost the original Nintendo account. Yeah, it was only attached to that one 3DS that I lost. Well, rather got stolen, but you get the point.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It really sucks. But moving on before I get completely sidetracked, I got Fates. Both physical copies, by the way. Yeah, totally.
We don't talk about that. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
What is this? A game that must not be named?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it had potential.
Echoes.
Yes, it did.
It did. It's just that Treehouse fucked it up. We're going with that.
Yes.
After that, it was Echoes. And I totally loved it. I loved the story. I loved the characters. Hell, I don't think I can find a character that I necessarily hate. And
I mean, Jeddah.
Clive's gameplay performance?
Obviously, the villains. Duh. I got Echoes again for my birthday because I lost it. It's a weird story. And eventually, I actually got my hands on a physical copy of Path of Radiance. Yeah, go figure. Last game I played. And I'm trying to complete it, but yeah, I've been really slow at it.
Just wait till you get to the 4-part chapter in Serenus Forest and have to fight the filthy fat man.
Oh boy.
Oh, I saw that when my ex was originally playing. Shout out to Juan, by the way. And I just found that
White Knight Ike?
No, White Knight.
Did you just rejoin the enemy?
Yeah, I found that map. That entire section was just super fucking annoying to look at.
The good part about that is each of the 4 parts had a different objective. There was defend, root, escape, and what was the 4th one? Arrive, yes. So it wasn't just root the enemy, root the enemy, root the enemy, root the enemy. And the 3rd part, the defense chapter, was one of the hardest and the most fun to play, in my opinion.
Because Ike was pretty much crippled the entire mission.
Yeah, because he had the massive stat penalties from carrying Leanne, and his weight was over, so he couldn't double at all. So you couldn't just cheese that chapter with Ike, you had to use your other units, which most people who play this game try to cheese it with Ike. But you can't do that here.
With his stat line, you can.
With his stat line, you can.
Echo did. He wouldn't double anyone, but he wouldn't be doubled.
Guys.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm technically done, but technically I'm done. I was just trying to get you guys not to sidetrack any further.
We can talk about this more when we get to the section of talking about maps.
Yeah,
at least it isn't the Fates cast where we talk about anything but Fates.
Only when we got serious about talking about Fates did technology decide, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna crash Discord or crash OBS or crash your entire fucking router.
I just want to hear about Fates.
All right, Francesco, you're up.
All right, it's my turn then. Well, hi there, I'm Francesco, your regular shitposter and wife lover, and obviously a huge fan of Fire Emblem. So how did I get interested in this series? Well, like most other people who have lived for as much as I am, it was Melee, obviously.
Because Melee is obviously the best Fire Emblem.
Obviously the best Fire Emblem, yes. Well, I was a huge fan of Smash Brothers Melee, and when I unlocked Marth, I basically was, what the hell is this guy? And I checked his trophy, and I saw he came from a game called Fire Emblem, all in Japan, and I was bummed because both him and Roy looked very interesting, and I was curious to learn more about them. keep in mind I was still a little child. The internet wasn't really a thing, so pretty much I tried to grasp all the information I could get, and I didn't even own a Game Boy Advance, so my first opportunity came with the Nintendo Wii. Someone say, wait, you had the GameCube, so why did you just buy Path of Radiance? Because none of my shops were actually selling it. So basically, I couldn't get the game. And my first opportunity was when Radiant Dawn was actually released. And so yeah, I'm one of those few people who actually played the sequel before the prequel.
Yeah.
Ironic. I still enjoyed it a lot, but I ended up enjoying that game after I got Path of Radiance. But it wasn't actually my next game, because the first time I played Radiant Dawn, I loved it, but I found it too difficult. Yes, I'm one of those idiots who played to normal difficulty, which is actually hard. But
oh my god, that translation error is what makes people think Path of Radiance is the hardest in the series. Because I mean, they put it easy, normal, hard instead of hard.
Yep.
Instead of
so I played on normal. I was stupid to even think of playing in normal, because that was my first experience in Fire Emblem. Why did I pick normal at all? But whatever. So I didn't finish it. I was bummed because I still liked it a lot, but I said, yeah, just stand down. I got my second chance when Awakening came out, because when Shadow Dragon was released, I saw the reviews and everyone was saying it was pretty much, well, not crap, but mediocre. So
Shadow Dragon was basically just Fire Emblem 1 remastered.
Yep, I got it after a lot of time. Now that I have actually experience with Fire Emblem, I can enjoy it for what it is. But back in the days, it would have probably stopped my interest for Fire Emblem. So I'm glad I didn't pick that up. So when I grabbed Awakening, and I remember there was this little game I had called Radiant Dawn, and this time I finished it. And after that, I recovered basically most of the games. So the Game Boy Advance ones, and Path of Radiance, which is actually my favorite one in the series so far.
Oh, hey, that's my phone. That's my lock screen wallpaper, Steph.
It's really nice.
Yes, that's amazing. Is it a cipher artwork?
I think it is, yes.
Yes, it is cipher artwork, and honestly, it's the reason I'm disappointed the game's not localized.
I wish cipher was released at least in the United States before I'm European, so I could at least import them and know what they actually say.
There's translations, but there's no official English cards.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd like to have English cards at the very least, but I just enjoy the artworks online. Anyway, so like I was saying, then I finished Radiant Dawn. I grabbed most of the games, and I loved the Path of Radiance the most. It was probably because I played the Radiant Dawn first, ironically, because I could enjoy the backstory more, and I really enjoyed how the world politics part developed. Yep, that's pretty much how I got introduced to the series and Path of Radiance. I don't think there's any more I can say, so it's probably best to skip to someone else.
Building off what you said of Shadow Dragon, I think I'm going to go next. You know how you said that you're glad that you didn't pick up Shadow Dragon after it came out because it would have killed your love for Fire Emblem?
Pretty much, yeah.
Shadow Dragon was my first Fire Emblem.
Oh.
I mean, I played it back then. I was like, 9 or 10 years old when it came out. And I got further in the game, I'm like, I really like this Sheeta chick, although back then no one knew how to pronounce her name, so it was just Kaida or something like that. And there were a couple units like the Bow Knight Wolf, of course Tiki, because what 9-year-old kid doesn't fucking love dragons?
Yep.
I mean, it's a fucking dragon, man.
Yeah, I can control a dragon.
It's an adorable dragon at that.
Yes.
Wait.
Wrong character, Steph.
I know.
Cipher artwork blows me away every time. Look at this, Nephany. Holy shit.
Oh god, that is amazing.
Yep.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so I played Shadow Dragon, and then I was like, it was okay. It had dragons. That was pretty cool. And I didn't touch Fire Emblem for years. Then I was walking past a mall in GameStop. A GameStop that was in a mall locally, and I see an ad for Awakening in the window. I said, didn't I play a game in that series before? So I got Awakening, and actually what really got me into the series was Awakening, because I liked most of the characters. The story was okay, and I liked how I could pick and choose what skills and weapons that Robin could get. And, after that I got the game that shall not be named. Then I went back, and because... Fuck if I know where my GameCube or Wii controllers are. I emulated Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. And, my stance on emulation is just, at this point, with the overpricing of, those two games especially, going up to, $300 online, no one in their right mind can possibly afford that. Plus, you're not even giving money to the people who actually produce the game anymore. You're just giving it to some scalper.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I played Path of Radiance, and it was by far my favorite Fire Emblem game I've ever played. I loved every one of the characters, even though Boyd was kind of annoying at first. There were actually no characters that I didn't like, except for, at times, Shinon, because, he's kind of a dick in the beginning.
Yeah, he's an ass.
We love him because he's a dick.
We love him because he's a dick, and he's not actually a dick. He just shows that he was pissed off that Greel died later in the game when he's drunk and talking to Ike. But,
Because a greenhorn was put into command.
Yeah, but it's
That's what.
You've got great characters, you've got great story. Path of Radiance has some freaking god-tier world building.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Totally agree.
even the villain, Ashnard, was incredible. You've got Mehrunes Medallion, the Fire Emblem, that has the Dark God trapped in it, and anyone who touches it goes insane, as seen by what happened with Greel and Ike's mother, Elena. But Ashnard picks it up. He holds it with his bare hands, and nothing changes about his personality or how he acts at all.
Alternate timeline.
Because he's already insane. Plot twist.
The Ike artwork?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is Cypher of the alternate timeline where Ike touches Mehrunes Medallion.
Yep.
And he goes batshit insane. You all know what happens.
I've seen that card. That card, if I understand the game properly, is freaking nuts.
Ike goes insane as his family.
As it should be.
For him.
Berserker Ike should be unstoppable. Kind of wise.
Fallen Ike and Fallen Greel in Heroes win. Come on, IS, don't let us down.
Dude,
When has intelligence systems not let us down?
Summer Ike, when?
5 wins. That's when they let us down.
But
5
yeah,
wins.
after I played Path of Radiance, I've played through it 8 or 9 times at this point, and I'm working on my 10th. But
Gay.
I have actually never finished Radiant Dawn, because I got up to the last part of Act 2, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to fight my other army now. I buffed the living fuck out of this army. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to kill my friends that I built relationships with in Path of Radiance. So I just dropped it there. And then, a couple months ago, I found out that if you survive a certain number of turns and no one dies, then the armies just stop fighting. Because I was genuinely terrified of what I did to Ike. I overtrained Ike, and I overtrained Har and everyone, and I'm like, I am genuinely terrified to fight them with the Dawn Brigade.
You mean the Bench Brigade?
Yes.
Yep, the Bench Brigade. That's the real name.
I'm sorry.
It's
on
very
normal mode and
accurate.
higher, they are useless.
I am very sorry, but they really are. Other than, Edward and Micaiah and Sode.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, even then, just because they have... Well, even then, I found Edward to be still... Nah.
Well,
Yeah,
with
Micaiah and Sode
Edward's
just
Wrath
goes to the
skill.
Lord.
Edward's Wrath skill does...
Yeah, you slap Vantage on him and he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He can solo Ashenera at the end of the game. He can do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But after I emulated those, I went and I got Echoes. I played the shit out of that and loved that. Big Hurdy Lightning, best girl. Who doesn't fucking love May?
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
That's
Beep,
Jenny.
beep, I'm a-
That's
Yes,
Jenny.
but Jenny's good too.
From Bay.
But Jenny's cute.
She is. But yeah. Then I wanted to do the Game Boy Advance games. I was gonna play Blazing Blade and then Binding Blade, so I could have the continuity. But I stopped at Chapter 10 of Lynn's tutorial because it was so boring and I was tired of being handheld after having already played Fire Emblem for 10 years. And, so I dropped Blazing Blade, so I never got a chance to play Binding Blade. But I have started Sacred Stones and I like it so far, and La Rochelle is fucking god-tier comedy. She shows up at the end of the battle, like... Yeah, she shows up at the end of the battle in the chapter she's introduced, like, my work here is done, and Erica looks at her and says, you didn't fucking do anything, and then she just swooshes her cape and rides away.
See, this is why you get the patch for the ROM of Blazing Blade and just patch out Lynn's tutorial.
Or I can just force myself through it eventually if I have enough time and I feel masochistic enough.
Fun.
So yeah, Path of Radiance is my favorite because I love the story, the different themes. Like, they handle stuff like racism and slavery and oppression and what to do when you've lost all fucking hope in the world and how to keep pushing forward. And I fucking love the game and everything about it. So I'm just going to move on to someone else before I start ranting. So, Quill, you want to do your introduction thing?
Not really.
Oh,
All right. All right.
that's awkward.
All right. This is Q. He hasn't played Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn yet. He's here to learn. He likes Fire Emblem. That's about all you really need to know.
Also, he really hates Fates.
Don't get me started on the shit stain that is Fates.
The only thing he likes about it is taco meme.
It's Takumi, and fuck you, he's better than Ike.
Taco meme! Oh yes.
Takumi actually is a really good...
Versus, like, Vanguard.
It's a sad state when Takumi is the best written character in all of Fates. But anywho, let's not talk about Fates so my computer doesn't crash.
Hey guys, I have like a genuine issue here where like the freaking pizza she's holding is a different art style than the rest of her.
I have a genuine issue with that when it comes
Why
to
did
art.
you have to point that out?
Oh my god.
Now I'm triggered.
Alright, you're up,
Get
Scott.
triggered, I'll trigger you more.
Alright. Well, I'm Scott. I actually started, I guess you can say, like most of the people, started with Melee, although I never really actually used them. Again, they did look neat.
That's
The
really
first
nice.
the first one I ever played was Shadow Dragon, although I don't remember my first playthrough because I was like 8.
I mean, same.
Um,
All I really
the
remembered was
first-
dragons.
Yeah. The first Fire Emblem game that I actually purchased and played through myself was Radiant Dawn.
Good choice.
Loved it to pieces.
Good choice.
man.
Yeah, loved it to pieces, and when I heard reviews about it, people saying it's ludicrously hard, I questioned my choice, or just my ability. A couple years after that, I actually managed to borrow Path of Radiance from a friend, which is how I ended up playing it. And just like Radiant Dawn, loved it to pieces, just solidified my favorite characters. And it's actually my favorite game franchise, and I'm actually collecting as much physical memorabilia as I can, which unfortunately includes the games.
I mean, I would do that if I had money or any form of fucking income.
Yeah.
Become a prostitute.
To be fair, I will try to get a Ragnell necklace by the end of the week, since I'm finally getting paid. Huzzah!
Yeah, I'm one of those people who says screw a necklace. I want to actually get one.
Like a real Ragnell made.
Yeah.
There's there's a YouTuber named Michael Cthulhu who makes huge fucking swords. He lives up in Martha's Vineyard, east coast of the U.S., off the coast of Maine in New Hampshire. And he does commissions. So if you want him to make a Ragnell, he will make you a fucking Ragnell.
It'll just take like a couple months for you to get it.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested.
Seeing as I'm also across the border, I don't know about that.
Oof.
You're Canadian?
Yes, I am.
It shouldn't really be much of a problem if it's just like a prop. I mean, he lightly sharpens them enough so you can like chop wood with them, but that's about it.
Even then, you can just not sharpen it at all, and I just bring it to a butcher shop.
That could probably work. I mean, but he charges like 800 to 1,000 depending on the work it's gonna take.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
it's for giant like 6-foot long swords. So.
Yeah, right. Well, Ragnar's bastard sword, so the blade's about 4 feet long. Anyhow, so yeah, that was how I started off the franchise. And honestly, I still do pretty much an annual playthrough of Radiant Dawn. If I owned Path of Radiance, I would do it too. Yeah, and I unfortunately spent $80, actually about $150.
On the game that shall not be named.
And the special edition 3DS that went with it because mine had been stolen.
See, my brother broke my Legend of Zelda 3DS. You know, the original one, the black with the gold detailing.
Yeah.
Did you kill him?
Oh, that's the one I lost.
No,
Well, that was stolen,
he picked it up and threw it at me, and it opened up midair and hit on an end table just right, and it shattered the fucking D-pad and the LCD display.
Oh.
Your brother's a twat.
Why is he not dead?
So, he ended up buying me a $80 pre-owned normal black 3DS XL, which he then broke that too, the same way.
Wow.
Hey, what?
Man, your brother is really a cunt.
So he ended up buying me the special edition Fates 3DS, which during hurricane evacuation, since we had to go with my grandmother, I was sleeping on the floor on a white blanket. My DS was closed and on the floor, and I tripped over my dog and stepped back and cracked the screen on my DS.
Oh.
So I have been through 3 3DSs that have broken because brother, and dog.
Brother, dog.
But I now have the Galaxy one, so yes,
a dog.
I did get both copies of Fates, because back then, the videos made it out to be good. It hyped it up.
Which is part of why I got the special edition.
And I tried to get the special edition, but GameStop canceled my motherfucking order.
I got mine bumped up, like, last minute.
I got mine canceled last minute, like literally the day before it came out. And they're like, sorry, everything's already gone. So I ended up going out of state to try to go to a store that had them in stock.
Let's get off of this topic. Let's get off of this game.
But yeah, so I also had that Fate Special Edition DS and stuff. I got both physical copies.
Fate? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, anywho, you're up, Spade.
Alright, so I'm Spade, and I actually started with Awakening, so I'm probably the one who got into Fire Emblem the latest out of everyone here. But I have beaten all the games. After Radiance and Radiant Dawn were actually the last games I played through, so they're still fresh in my memory. Radiant Dawn is definitely one of the best games in the series. And I actually had a group of my own back during the Kick era, when Kick was still relevant. But one of my mods got salty and destroyed it, so that's what happened there. Yeah, but that's pretty much it as far as Fire Emblem's concerned.
Alright.
That was relatively short.
Yeah. Not really much going on.
Let's see. Next we were going to do brief summaries of the game's plot, so who wants to do it? I can do it, or someone else can, or...
Damn, this price tag hurts.
Oh, that price tag hurts.
Ouch.
That's so much cheaper than it usually is. It's usually around $250 when you see it.
I usually see it online for 180 American.
I actually bought it off some guy on Craigslist for $50.
Oh, come on!
I was really lucky.
Dude!
Lucky.
I think he sold me, like, Radiant Dawn and At the Radiance for, like, a total of, like, $130, I think. So I paid, like, $65 each or $60-70. I don't really know how it was split, but that's how much I paid for it.
Damn.
Oh my god,
Lucky.
dude!
I mean, I did have to drive 2 hours for it, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
I mean...
Dude, I do the drive. I don't care.
Yeah,
Steph,
a buddy
you
of
would get
mine
a
joined
fucking
me
plane
and
ticket.
drove all the way over
You
there.
would get a fucking plane ticket, Steph.
I would get a plane ticket, and I don't care.
The plane ticket would cost you more than it would to just buy the game by itself.
Never underestimate her obsession with Ike and being his Ragnar sheath.
Oh my god! This motherfucker.
This is the girl who, anytime she pops in a voice call chat, plays Greg Chun reading a cheesecake recipe.
Can I do that now?
Oh, is that you
No.
who's always posting that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, no, this is the same lady where I got a message earlier saying, hey, I fainted. And I'm sitting here like, wait, what the hell? And then this little fucker shows me a picture of, like, she pulled 2 Ikes, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was something important. Go fuck yourself.
No, but for real, I literally just farmed the July orbs, and all of a sudden, hey, Steph, I heard you were having a crappy week, so let's make your day.
Let me ruin it for you.
I know I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm rolling on the legendary banner for red and green.
I'm just gonna say the previous legendary banner. Previous legendary banner had Micaiah and Sacred Memories Erica in it, which are 2 of the units that I really wanted. Micaiah I had been wanting since the game's release, and her first banner cucked me really fucking hard. I got a minus defense. I got a minus defense Effie at 5.5%, and then a neutral Cordelia at 5.75%. And I ended the banner on. I ended the banner on over 6% pity rate. Because I was just.
That very same banner, I got a clutch Micaiah on the final day. I'm like, oh my god,
That
my day is made.
That happened with me on Mia's banner. Very last day, the very last orbs I was getting, there was only 1 red, and I pulled it, and I got Mia, and I literally jumped off the couch and threw my phone down like a football, and I'm like, oh fuck, I hope it didn't break.
That's how I felt about the bridal banner. 3 hours.
This is why I
left
save only
sniping
for
greens.
seasonals.
But like,
Yeah, 3 hours left sniping greens on the bridal banner. I managed to get Snaki.
So yeah, I was up to what, like 4.75? No, I was like 1.75 higher than the starting rate, so it was almost 10% on last legendary banner, and I got legendary Ephraim that was minus defense, and I'm like, wait, you're not Micaiah. I'm like, you're not
I got a
Micaiah.
negative attack.
My Micaiah looks like a dude and riding a horse.
I'm like,
I got a negative attack legendary Ephraim.
so I sacked him to my Roy, who just recently got his refine at that point, and gave him steady stance.
Oh.
So then I'm pulling in again, and I say to my friend Diva, I'm like, hey Diva, you've got pretty good luck, right? He says, I guess. I said, pick one of these 4 blues, and he picks one, and I get a Micaiah, and I'm like, dude, thank you. And then 2 days later, I say to him, okay, this is the last day of the band, the last orb I have. Pick any of these colors, I don't care which. He picks the single red, and I get Sacred Memories Erica, and I'm like, fuck yeah!
That guy, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Talking about legendary banners currently makes me greatly depressed.
Oh yes, Q wanted Hector, but he ended up getting 3
let
Myrrh.
me tell that fucking story.
Who you get?
3 Myrrh. 3
Let
Myrrh.
me tell
Oh
my
my
story.
God.
Good God.
Oh, I thought you said don't tell my story. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, either way, I said don't, you did anyways. But my thing here is, like, I wanted a triple S tier Daddy Hector, and instead I have this stupid dragon lolly sitting here like, nah, I want that instead. So every time I hear that 5th star, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Then I see the stupid dragon girl, and I'm like, no, no, no. And everyone's like, dude, but Myrrh's really good. And I'm sitting here like, no, but Hector.
I'm sure she's good, but Hector.
I'm sure she's good, but I don't want Dragon Lolly. I want Daddy Hector.
Give me Dragon Lolly.
I will trade you the damn Dragon Lolly. Just give me Hector.
Okay, I want them in the trade function.
I
Meanwhile,
want the straight function too.
meanwhile,
And we are way off topic.
yeah. Meanwhile, I'm sitting
I know,
here at
right?
10% on
Again.
the legendary banner.
What's the topic again?
Radiance.
Let me.
Fire away.
Short summary.
We were supposed to talk about story.
Short summary of Path of Radiance. No, not Path of Radiance. Radiant Dawn.
No, it's Path of
Or is it
Radiance.
Path of Radiance?
Yeah, we're on Path of
No,
Radiance.
it is Path of Radiance.
Okay, so boy's dad runs mercenary troop. Boy sees dad killed by guy in black armor. Boy assumes command of mercenary troop. Local Archer is a total fucking douche and leaves with your and leaves with your tank that actually has high speed and doubles fucking everything when you get him. So
What is he, Dolga?
it's fucking Gotria. He hit on anything with a skirt, but he also hits
Sorry
on
about
it
that.
twice. Hey.
Wait, isn't Gartry the guy who will hit on a tree if it's wearing a skirt?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He's the guy who will literally hit on anything.
Oh, God.
But okay, so they leave pissed off because Greel's dead, and they don't like the fact that a brand new merc who's only been in the mercenary troop for 2 days is their fucking leader now. After that, you meet the chronically hungry girl Ilyana, who is also coincidentally one of the best girls.
Only Thunder Mage in the game.
Yeah,
series
and
that you can control.
what sucks is their speed for doubling is based off strength. And Thunder tomes are the heaviest tomes, but Ilyana has a strength growth.
Yes, she does.
She fucking nukes everything. She's just sitting there with a sign. Will nuke dragons for food.
Ilyana in Heroes when.
I know. Then you finally get the fucking caravan so you can organize your items outside of battle. Like, my god.
Thank God.
My god, those first 5 chapters were hell without the caravan.
The fact that Ike comes in with 4 swords and then is immediately given another one.
It's like, what am I supposed to do with
Yeah, I
all
was
these
like,
swords?
wait, I can store items now? Fuck yes, best game ever.
I always forget that I always have extra iron lances, and I always forget Titania can also use lances as well as axes. I always forget that.
Dude, she always had a pole axe. Screw that.
But
Gotta give her that pole.
then Titania sits there and solos the first 10 fucking chapters, critting at 2% and 1% all the time, just pointing her fucking axe at enemies, flailing it around, and then chopping their fucking head in half.
Base mom.
I mean, that's the just Titania kill everything, pump bonus experience into Ike, and then have him do the same.
I mean, yeah, that's your go-to logic with Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, and then you just throw Har at everything in late game.
Icon everything.
But yeah, another thing to remember is that there's the 3 brothers, Boyd, Oscar, and Rolf. Oscar, Boyd, and Rolf. And
bootleg triangle attack.
Yeah, if they all use bows. And the first 8 times I played through Path of Radiance, I always gave Oscar swords and lances. So I only learned about the triangle attack recently, so I'm like, fuck. But then basically they go into Gallia, the land of the furries. They find Princess Alencia, who is trying to escape from Day and conquering her kingdom after they killed her father, and turned her uncle into a fucking possessed demon thingy. And they're like, yo, can we seek refuge here? And King Kangas is like, sorry, but my people are racist against yours. You probably need to leave. I'd help if I could because, you know, Ike and Miss, you guys were fucking born here. I was a friend of your father's. I'd help you if I could, but I'll tell you where to go next. Then they get attacked by racist mercenaries in a port town, and you meet Zahark, the guy with a furry fetish, who joins your team if you can talk to him with one of the furries.
His backstory is actually kind of depressing.
Yeah,
Well,
in the original Japanese one, his wife, who was a Laguz, was murdered. But they changed it to that.
Yeah,
no,
this
she was. I don't think she was murdered. She couldn't put up with the.
That was the U.S. localization version.
Yep, they censored it.
No, the one that I heard was she couldn't put up with the backlash of the relationship, and she offed herself.
No, she was murdered.
I read.
I'm pretty sure she was murdered. Yeah.
But
I might be wrong.
Either way, she died.
Yeah.
And Zahark was all like depressed, and he goes out of his way to make sure no Laguz are hurt. So when he is in a troop of mercenaries that are hungry about hunting Laguz, and before the chapter, Ike talks to someone in a pub there that gives him a Laguz Slayer sword. Zahark's like, nah, you're not hurting them, and he turns tail and just fights for you guys. So he's a crit god when you first get him because he's got a killing sword, which I usually take and give right to Mia because she's already critting everything. Because Mia is the best Myrmidon. Changed my mind.
Oh god, yeah.
I mean, no objections there.
I mean, then you go to sea and then you get attacked by bird furries, and their asshole leader.
Oh, these furries! What is this shit?
I mean,
Racism and furries.
Fire Emblem. Furry racism.
Fetish.
Furry racism.
Furry on racism, yes.
Furry
Teenager
racism,
and
the
his band
game.
of furries
Hey,
work together to take down God.
if they're gonna want to dress like animals, we can legally shoot them.
I mean, if only. Anyways, so you get attacked by bird furries while you're at sea. And Jill, who is so fucking tsundere about joining you guys, it's not even funny, joins. She's a good character in the end once she gets used to calling them lagoos instead of... What was the slang
Once
they
she gets
used?
not racist.
Subhumans.
Subhumans.
Yeah.
It's like... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Soren's a
Subhumans
racist.
are evil.
Soren's a racist asshole too, but you can't really blame Jill for her prejudice because that's how they raise their kids in Dayan. Everyone who's not from Dayan is not to be trusted. Anyone not from Dayan is not to be trusted. Subhumans are evil. Subhumans are the enemy and must be exterminated. That's how they raise their fucking kids in Dayan, and that is just fucked up.
And you can't blame Soren either because of just his childhood.
Yeah, and his heritage. It's revealed in the Tellius Recollection art book that Soren is the son of Dayan King Ashnard and the Queen of the Dragon Lagoos. Well, the king's oldest daughter.
Also in the ending of Radiant Dawn, but only if you reach certain objectives. It was very hard to get.
Yeah, those objectives are hard to get.
Those objectives
Like,
are bullshit.
You have to have Soren and Micaiah fight at every opportunity. You have to have Soren and Peleus fight. Peleus has to survive, so it's New Game Plus only.
But yeah,
Yeah, remember it was very hard to get. I never got it myself. I only
just got it. I just got it for the first time on the playthrough I just finished.
But yeah, Soren is the son of King Dangasee's eldest daughter of the Dragon Lagoos and King Ashnard of Dayan. And Ashnard raised him like a tool to see if he could use him for his power. And he never exhibited much power as a kid, and he was kind of frail, so Ashnard abandoned him. So he was out on the streets, and he was starving to death, and Ike gave him some food. So he, imprinted on Ike. He's like, I will follow you anywhere. I owe my life to you.
Soren was put into an orphanage, and a sage found him.
Yeah, and that's how he was taught magic.
Yeah, the sage found he had an aptitude for magic, trained him, sage died. Soren continued living there until provisions were out. Then he left. Then he was vagrant in Gallia.
Yeah, and that's where he ran into Ike, right?
Where you don't want to be. Yes, lagoos are where you don't want to be because Bjork will ignore branded people. Lagoos will actively beat them up, which is why he distrusts everyone. Lagoos even more than anyone else.
But see, some of the branded go out of their way to hide it. Like Zelgius wears armor all the time, and he's got this big fucking brand on his back.
Because he knows how people act towards them.
Yeah, but some people go out of their way to hide that they're branded, like Micaiah with her glove or Zelgius with his back.
Yeah, because they know how the branded are treated and they want to avoid it.
And so does Soren, but Soren still just leaves his fucking brand out in the open on his forehead.
Yeah, it's on his forehead. You kind of can't hide that very well.
Ike wears a headband.
You could wear a headband all the time, I guess, but not very
good. Just copy Ike, just wear a headband.
Then you'd be like, yo, Ike, we're headband bros now.
Headband emblem.
The only emblem worth using, headband emblem. But yeah. So you go to sea and you get attacked by bird lagoos. What was it? It was the hawks that attacked you, right?
Ravens.
Yeah. Oh, it was the ravens.
Ravens are the assholes.
Ravens are the assholes.
Hawk dad.
Yeah, because I never liked Nyasala.
Because they're black.
Nyasala, oh my fucking god. Okay, this is a game about racism. Doesn't mean we have to be racist too, man.
I mean, they're the only ones who attack, so I'm not the racist one here. Maybe the developers are.
But yeah, Nysala's an asshole, and I don't like him. Plus, he's the weakest of the royals, so when you get to choose which one to use, I'm like, I'm gonna go with...
Why would you choose Nisala as the royal?
I go with Tabarn.
Only for the memes, I guess.
Because
Honestly,
Tabarn's
with
better.
being able to call in the reinforcements on the last mission, I never have.
You never have?
Nope, I've never called in reinforcements.
I actually,
I've never had to.
I actually did Gifika for the first time in my last run, and Gifika's a fucking god, man. He's a black lion Lagoose, and he's just god tier. He's got the strength, he can tank fucking everything. But,
Gifka basically Kanegis too, so...
Yeah, Kangas is Shadow, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're at sea, you get attacked by the ravens, and then your boat gets stuck on the coral reef. Then the dragon Lagoose guys show up, and you meet Kurth Naga, who's this little kid who you didn't know was a dragon at first, until his allies show up and transform into dragons. Then his dad shows up, and... No, his dad doesn't show up at that point, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No. Well, Kurth Naga's like, these guys are nice enough. Hey, losers, help them lift their boat over the reef. So...
Yeah, pretty much.
So... Yeah, you see Kurth again in Radiant Dawn during, I think, Chapter 5 of...
Yes, when you first get the convoy.
Yeah, when you first get the convoy and you save Ilyana and Kurth and,
Amy.
Amy, and, Soren's mom was also in that jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she was. No, it was Kurth. Kurth was in jail.
Kurth was in jail, but at the end of that chapter, you see Kurth talking to Soren's mom.
Was she in the jail?
Yeah, because Kurth is talking with her after the end of the chapter.
Sending stone, dude. He had the sending stone for a conversation. She was with Peleus, where Izuka was.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Izuka's an asshole. I don't know why they never elaborated on the, it's called the Feral One elixirs that Izuka made in the first game.
Because he's a psycho dick and he should die. That's all
He's a mad scientist and he's unredeemable every way possible.
It's like, I knew he was behind the Feral One elixir when I played Radiant Dawn, and when he was sitting there talking with Peleus and Micaiah, like, he's an advisor, I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. You guys are fucking idiots for trusting this guy.
Radiance last, I was glad. When I saw what he did, I was like, man, I'm glad I killed that asshole. You read it, though?
Well, yeah, then,
yes, very short time.
Then you get to Benyon, and you meet Lolly Empress Snacky. I'm just gonna frickin' meme their names if I can, just for no reason. So, Sanaki, the Empress of Benyon, and she acts like a little...
FBI, open up!
She looks like... She acts like a little punk ass for the majority of the time you're there, but she pulls a Mr. Miyagi on Ike and his crew. Like, all these stupid little missions that I've been sending you on in order as, like, an ultimatum to get my help from my nation and my army have been to show you about the state of the world the Lagoose is. We've exposed you to the illegal slave trade. We've exposed you to the corruption in the Senate. Now help us do something about it. And during this time, fucking Nysala sells Prince Race into the Heron Lagoose that are almost extinct to the filthy fat man, Oliver.
Yeah, there's 3 alive in Radiant and Path of Radiance, and then you find out about the 4th one in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lorazai, the dad, is still alive, although he's asleep. Leanne and Raisin in Path of Radiance.
And then Raphael in
Radiant Dawn.
In Radiant Dawn, yeah. But, you find out about the massacre of the Heron Lagoose and the assassination of the previous Empress of Benyon, and how people pinned it on the Heron Lagoose, so they burned Serenus Forest to the ground. You find out all about the unjust treatment and the racism and the slavery and all this stuff, and that whole arc of the Benyon arc and finding out about the Heron Lagoose is why I love Path of Radiance so much, because it goes into those deeper themes that most games nowadays don't even touch on for risk of controversy.
Also, I'm just gonna say this right now. Lost and Thoughts All Alone can just die in a trench in comparison to Life Returns.
Agree. I mean, of course. But
Life Returns is such a good song. Can't understand a damn word it says, but oh my god, it's beautiful.
I'm gonna come back to I'm gonna come back to this in the Radiant Dawn podcast when we mention the ancient language in Volug. They are. There's official translations in Serenus Forest of the ancient language. So you can literally...
Yeah, it's an actual language.
You literally can translate what Volug says, and Volug says some of the funniest shit you'll ever see. He's like, I mean... He's like, I mean, I don't...
They didn't actually put the translation in the game, but you have to check it out online, basically. Yeah, it's conversational in that is.
He's like, you can't hear me anyway, so I'm gonna say, I peed on your leg while you were sleeping.
Oh, cool.
he says so much stupid shit or funny stuff, or just he's a sarcastic dick when he in some of his things.
I love how Nyla doesn't actually do anything to stop him.
Nobody would understand it.
Nyla just sits there chuckling in the background like.
Which, by the way, yeah, was just Wolf Mom.
Yeah, but then
Wolf Mommy.
But then after you find out about Rayson Rayson being tricked into being sold into slavery by Nyasala, assuming that Nyasala was his friend, you find out that Oliver, this guy in the Senate, in the pursuit of true beauty, that reminds me of a fat ass.
The most beautiful man alive.
Fat bastard. Seriously, fuck the fat bastard.
The most beautiful bastard alive.
The best thing about Oliver is that you get the opportunity to kill him.
And the only use...
And he survives, yeah.
Guys, you know what I did with my Oliver in Heroes? I promoted one to 5-star and stacked both of them to Sanaki for his skills. Attack Ploy and Mirror Strike. Attack Ploy and Mirror Strike. Yeah.
I stacked one to Micaiah. I forget what I did the second one. And then I just got the third one again, and I'm going to be promoting him and just getting to 20, and that's it.
But, yeah, so Oliver is all, like, creepy about how thirsty he is for things that are beauty and beautiful in his eyes. So he's, like, getting gropey towards Rayson, and Rayson smacks his hand away and screams, "Stay away from me, you filthy fat man!" Which, ironically, is what I said to Sansa when I was 8 years old before I'd ever played Fire Emblem. Because, I mean, it was a mall Santa. He was drunk and he smelled like cigarettes, and his beard was all brown in places, and I'm like, "Stay away from me, you filthy fat man!" I'm like, that's the best line in the freaking game, other than Micaiah's line about Soth swooning over Ike. It's like, yes, great Commander Ike. Father of Soth's children. Radiant Dawn's got some of the best lines, man.
Micaiah has some of the best lines.
Yeah. People shit on her because she did stupid stuff in the beginning when she realized, oh yeah, I've been killing all these people. I've been on the wrong side this whole time. Time to switch sides.
Micaiah is a better Celica, prove me wrong.
She's a better Celica and Erica. But yeah, so you go into this forest to try to... Yeah. You go into this forest to try to take down Oliver and expose him for owning slaves. And while at his place, you find the secret room that he's storing Rayson in, but Rayson has escaped. And so you're racing against Oliver to find him in the forest, and you come across Rayson's younger sister, Leanne, passed out in the forest, and then we get to that
She passes out when Ike runs up to her.
Yeah. And we get to that chapter I mentioned earlier, the defend chapter that nukes Ike's stats to hell, because the pair-up mechanic was...
And after it.
Yeah. Yeah, so then you have to kill the filthy fat man and expose his treachery to the Senate.
Yay.
Then finally Ike gets promoted into a Lord class, and he's like, yo, I don't care about status, I just want some fucking meat.
And honestly, I love how Ike is the only person that was ever in Benyon who just straight up talked back to Sanaki.
Yeah, he's like, bitch.
Like, he threatened to beat her.
It's like, I will pick you up by the skull. I will pick you up by the skull and yeet you into that wall over there.
Did you just say the goddamn yeet thing? Oh, Ike would be disappointed.
I mean, he would, but it's also something he would do. He would pick her up by the head and throw her into a wall.
Pick her up by her massive forehead and just whip her into a wall.
Yes. But,
Hey, excuse you, it's not a forehead, that's a six head.
But then you go, after that, you leave Benyon and you go north into Dayan, conquering shit as you go around, taking over forts and stuff. You re-encounter Shinon, who, his recruitment methods is fucking stupid. You have to talk to him with Rolf, and if you haven't trained Rolf, fuck you, you're not getting Shinon.
You have to talk with him with Rolf and then beat him with Ike.
Yeah, you have to talk with him in Alk, defeat him with Ike, and then you get him at the end of that chapter.
Yeah. But you can do it if you didn't,
It involves a
Rolf, which
lot
I
of
do,
rescuing and using Titania.
No, do that without consulting the shit
Rolf
guys. Or something like that.
What?
Or work fruits. Do that on your own.
Come again,
Without
Scott?
knowing anything.
Come again, Scott?
You pretty much just have to keep Rolf way back, out of range of the long-range magic, and then just walk him up to Shinon.
Yeah. But then
Yeah,
you have
you
to worry
basically
about
have
the
to babysit it.
reinforcements and stuff.
That's
What?
what Har's for.
I mean, yeah. But you don't have Har yet at that point.
Don't you?
No, the Great Bridge is like two chapters after.
Right, yeah, Tanith.
Yeah, you have Tanith, but the reinforcements are for Tanith's soldiers to handle. One thing I will suggest if they eventually do a Path of Radiance remake, oh god, just imagine it fully voice acted and on graphics better than what the Switch can handle, because it's going to be like 8 years from now. Imagine that, and just...
That's gonna be
It will
amazing.
be
Fully voice
just
acted, both
amazing.
of them in Radiant Dawn.
Steph here would listen to like 5 lines of the game and die because she could hear Greg June again voicing Ike.
Where's that Olivia waterfall in my pants reaction image?
That's Steph in a nutshell.
Hey!
Hey, it's not a bad thing. It's a great game to fangirl over. I mean, I'm a dude and I fucking fangirl over this game.
And it's the best lord.
Who?
Ike.
Best lord.
Oh, I thought you said Anna's the best lord.
No, Ike. Only one to earn the goddamn title.
I mean, it's like,
What about
hey, you were born as a blue blood. Here's your title.
No, Alm was still born a royal. Ike was born nothing.
I meant
Ike was
just like
born
the
a mercenary.
best lord part.
Ike becomes a lord that says, fuck it, I don't care.
He becomes a lord, and then he's like, I'm not going to use my title anymore. Screw it. I got land as a reward for my as a reward for my
contribution. I don't want
contribution.
to. It's I can't put up with the freaking Crimean royals. Bye.
Yeah, and so then you get to the Great Bridge chapter, which is the only chapter in any Fire Emblem game to have pitfalls. Which I will tell you.
Games.
Yeah, in both games. It's got pitfalls.
At least they're in the same
They're actually
place.
trying to do things different. I'll give them credit for that.
I will give them credit for that, but that was a pain in the ass, because you're just walking around.
Yeah, true.
And it's like...
At least in Path of Radiance, if
But they
someone
made
fell
big
into a
feet.
pitfall and then you sang them, they could still move.
Yeah.
Whereas in Radiant Dawn, if they go into the pitfall, they're paralyzed for the turn.
But
Yeah,
like,
that was really annoying. You get into a pitfall, well, tough shit, you can't move anymore.
because of the way the movement works, like, if you are right in front of the pitfall, and you want to walk around it by going below it, like taking the 4 squares to go below it, then go straight forward, it'll just snap you back forward, and you'll be forced to go into the pitfall. But, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, after the first 2 times falling into pits, I said, screw this, and I looked up a pitfall trap on internet. I mean,
I still do that.
I mean, I don't even bother trying to do it without the map anymore, because I'm just like, I'm not wasting my time for this. But
it's too much of a pain in the ass.
you get the god that is Har in that chapter, and I will tell you, Har is one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters simply because,
Bruh.
I mean, not only is he strong as fuck, but his personality is great too. I mean, he'd much rather not have to ever kill anyone. He'd rather just
I'm basically R.
He wants to sleep.
He just wants to sleep.
Yeah, I'm R.
He's mildly pacifistic, but he's loyal to a fault and would do anything for Jill and Jill's father. And he grew up with Jill's father, Girahim. And
Shaharam.
Jaharam. I always get the names mixed
Your
up.
name is from Zelda.
But, yeah, like, Hara's a really freaking great character, and there's only really 2 characters that I would kill for in Heroes, and that's Har and Ilyana. I really want to see those 2 in there.
Well, I don't know how so much that I even commissioned the custom sprite for him, so...
Nice.
I actually did that only because I won a contest, but still. It was my first choice.
But, then you're going through another fucking sewer-like map. Oh my god, I hate that map. And you get, you run into this guy in a set of silver armor who's a general named Toroneo. When you talk to him with Ike, when you talk to him with Ike, it's revealed that he used to be friends with... Yeah, he used to be friends with Ike's father. Ike's father, Gawain, when he was one of the foreriders of Dayan. And that he refused to fight Ike because he wanted to see Gawain's sword style be preserved. Yeah, he saw Gawain in Ike, and he says, and Ike's like, you knew my father? And he's like, fuck you, Dayan, I'm helping this kid. This kid's father was a great man, and he deserves to live on, so fuck my home country. Middle finger to all y'all.
At first it's basically like, fine, whatever, kill me, do whatever you want. I won't fight you.
Yeah, he's like...
Well, you might as well join me. Oh, okay.
He's like, I refuse to raise my sword to you. The Gawain sword style must be preserved. And Ike's like, nah, man, just join us. He's like, alright. But, yeah, Toroneo's a bro. Anyone who hasn't had a connection to Gawain was a bro in the end. And I'm like...
Also, just the resolve skill.
Oh, my gosh. I won't tell you how many times the shade skill came in handy in that chapter. Because for some reason my Ilyana's resistance and defense didn't grow, like, at all. Her res only got, like, 5 growths in total. And that shade skill made it so archers and mages didn't attack her, and I was all like, holy fuck. They'd attack anyone else except for Ilyana. Then you get the duel with a Black Knight where if you beat him, it's presumed that he's dead. If not, you run away and the castle falls on top of him and it's presumed he's dead.
And Nasir is presumed dead.
Yeah.
However, no body is recovered.
Yeah. And by that chapter, you really want to have Mist promoted.
Yeah, you do.
Because otherwise, she's fucked.
Well, you're pretty much fucked without Mist, so...
Yeah, she's basically a fish out of water.
Oh, yeah, can we go back to the chapter where we got Volk and had to free everyone from the prison? We should have left Sephiroth stuck in that fucking prison.
No, seriously.
Metal Gear Emblem.
I mean, we should have just left Sephiroth stuck in that fucking prison.
Yeah, Zelgius would have busted him out.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. But,
I mean, you see him just walk through the Benyon prison.
And then we have the Hulk, but he's a black guy, and his name's Devdin or Danvet or whatever the fuck you want to call him. It's the same dude.
I think he was...
He changed his name all the time, so...
Oh, God.
It depends on which game you're playing.
You had to
guy.
recruit him, You had to recruit him by talking with a little kid. And it was like, what?
Oh, no, he's not a pedo. He's a gentle giant, and I think I read somewhere that he had a younger sibling when he was a kid who got killed or something, so... He looks after little kids and he doesn't like seeing children have to fight. He's a gentle giant like the Hulk, and he literally says, Devdin smash.
Yep.
He tells Ike that he's far too serious about things, and sometimes what's best needed is to literally just stop and smell the flowers. Appreciate nature and what the world gives you. And Ike's like...
He's a hippie.
And Ike's like...
He's quite a hippie.
He is, but it's also profound because Ike is in this full drama of being overwhelmed by everything, just pissed off at this war state, and he helps Ike calm down and regain his composure. And Devdin's a bro. Most of the characters in the Radiance series are bros. Then you've got... I forgot about Marsha, honestly. She just, like, constantly hits on Ike and calls him hot stuff. And I was like, okay, but I ship myself with meat, thank you.
Yeah, it's like, cool, do you have food?
Yeah, cool, you got any food on you? Ike is actually Gaius if Gaius was a lord and liked meat instead of candy.
I see.
Just sitting here making a D&D sheet for Ike.
Yes! Yeah, so then it's also wise to save a lot of your bonus experience, because towards the end of the game you get Alencia, and she starts off as the Crimean Princess class, which is a sword and staff using Pegasus Knight promotion. She comes
I'll
out.
give you a
sword with
thrashing.
Amity.
Yeah, and her sword is Amity, which is basically a fucking brave sword, but buff to hell.
That gives a defense and resistance buff.
And it doesn't cripple her speed at all.
No, it doesn't. Well, to be fair, it doesn't. The brave weapons don't do that in the actual games anyway. It just had to balance it for heroes.
Yeah. But it's really hard to train her because her attack stat's pretty low. Best thing you can do is, if you're doing a normal game that does not have fixed growths, give her a not a Pegasus ring, but a fighter ring, because it'll boost her attack and defense growths a little bit. And just level her up with bonus experience. Save a lot of fucking bonus experience. Because I maxed out all but my Alencia's defense on my last run.
On that topic, because we didn't actually touch that, whereas most other games have some other form, for anyone who doesn't know who's listening to the podcast, as opposed to other games where you have the arenas or some other way to grind, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn have bonus experience, which are given after missions for completing the mission itself or a bonus objective.
And you get more depending on how fast you clear it, or with certain conditions.
And you can just pump bonus experience into units to give them levels at base.
For example, some additional bonus experience ways is clearing it within 5 or 7 turns. Or if you clear it within 9 turns, you get some bonus experience, but you get less. Then there's the chapter where you unlock Zahark, where I told you he comes in with a band of mercenaries that want to kill Laguz. If you manage to recruit Zahark and not kill any mercenaries, you get a solid additional 1,200 bonus experience.
There's also the mission where the bandits have infiltrated the church.
Yes,
and a lot of experience if you kill none of the priests.
You get a lot of experience if you kill none of the priests, and you get the fucking resurrection staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was it an Ashera?
Yeah, the Ashera staff. Hey, change it.
There's also the stealth chapter where if you actually manage to not fight anyone, the same amount of experience you get as a bonus experience. Otherwise, you just get it from the battles you do.
I never bothered going through that chapter stealth because...
Yeah, me neither.
I
didn't really bother. It was so annoying.
It's just so annoying. It's not worth it.
I got the combat experience.
Bonus experience is a thing, so...
Yeah, bonus experience is a thing, but the point with that chapter is if you actually do the combat, you also get weapon rank experience.
Yep.
That's true.
So that's why I never did that. And this is a very good arc of Ike and Micaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Steph posting that good shit.
Yep.
Hey man, I get some quality every so often.
But yeah, essentially, you fight Ashnard in the final chapter. You kick his ass. And Micaiah reclaims her throne in Crimea. Unfortunately, at the end... what did I say, Micaiah?
Yeah.
Yep.
I meant to say Alencia. Alencia is also one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters. Why did I fucking do this? But yeah, Alencia reclaims her throne. Thanks, Ike, for everything. And Ike just says, hey, I conquered Dayan, but I don't give a shit about running a country, so I'm going to hand you guys over to Benyon and have you guys neglect them and throw them into a civil war.
Yeah, not a smart move.
Have the Senate neglect.
It's already in duplicates.
Yeah, and
3 years later,
then he talks to Sephiroth at the end of Radiant Dawn. He's like, yo, can you do me a solid and take the fucking Larune's medallion back to Serenus Forest for me, since I know you're going back that way to Benyon. And can you like
Oh no.
and can you take my Ragnall and give it back to Benyon? Give it back to. Wait, did he give it to Benyon or Dayan? Because it was an artifact. He gave it to
It
Dayan.
is one of Benyon relics.
I
so he
think
gave
still
it back to
Benyon.
Martin.
Yeah, he's
because,
like, here, take the
because
fire
Saki
emblem
was
and my
known when-
fucking god sword. Take the fire emblem and my god sword and take them away from me.
Yeah, not a smart move, Ike. Not a smart move.
I mean, I had played part of Radiant Dawn, and then I had read up on some of the lore of the Lagoos and accidentally got spoiled for Radiant Dawn.
I mean, we assumed the war was over and the Black Knight was dead, so...
I mean, he
And yeah,
also
doesn't
makes
that
his
suit
own
the book?
sword afterwards, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah. But there's also the lore of the swords Ragnall and Alondite, where originally
And the Alondite
Ragnall was
being
called
ruled by
Alondite.
the first Red Book. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Black Knight's blade.
Ragnall was originally going to be Black Knight's blade Alondite, and Ike was going to get Alondite, but there was a screw up, and they ended up just switching it and going with it. But like after I got spoiled by Radiant Dawn and I finished that Path of Radiance playthrough, and I just saw Ike hand over the Ragnall and Larune's medallion, I'm just like, oh, you fucking idiots!
Also, can I just mention the fact that Hero's goddamn spoiler, Zelgius,
It's like, put him in the fucking
What
red
doesn't
armor!
even spoil?
Put him in the
his
fucking
red
red
armor
armor!
looks so nice.
I was so pissed that... I mean, yeah, you finally introduced
They
Sergius, and you're
heavily
putting
spoiled
him
it.
as a Black Knight without
They just fucking
Like, the
spoiled
only thing
it!
I thought was fun was freaking spoiler alert.
It's like, oh yeah, by the way, spoiler alert, Zelgius is actually the Black Knight, so if you ever wanted to play Tellius games spoiler free,
Yeah, tough shit.
fuck
Now
all of
you know
y'all!
who's-
Yeah.
Fuck you,
pretty-
fuck
I mean,
you,
they
and
also
fuck your
spoiled
sister.
Arvis killing Sigurd, so... Yeah.
But then again, this is Heroes we're talking about. It's
Yeah.
full of spoilers.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
They
but
just
not
want the
usually
money,
one
money.
that big.
Yeah. I mean, the identity of the Black Knight is literally one of the major things in the Tellius games.
It's the biggest secret in Path of Radiance.
Yeah, I remember talking
you don't
to
even
this
find
friend
out
of
who
mine
he
who
is.
nev-
You don't
who
even
never
find out that
played
it's
Fire
Zelda.
Emblem, but he was one of the Black Knights
One
and
at a time,
Heroes.
kids.
And
Yeah.
and basically when I told him, yeah, Sergius is basically the Black Knight, they're releasing him, he was like, wait, they actually show who is the Black Knight? And that's basically ruined the surprise for him. So
Yeah, he's in ruined armor holding the helmet. But yeah, if you do multiple playthroughs of Path of Radiance, you can infer that Zelgius is the Black Knight, because if you kill the Black Knight in the duel mission, Zelgius does not come to talk to Ike after the battle with Ashnard, whereas if you don't kill him and you run, Zelgius will come and talk to Ike and congratulate him on winning.
that's a nice
Oh, I
touch.
didn't know that.
I actually never knew that, because I have...
I know that.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
not done that.
pretty much everyone
know.
killed him because you train Ike because he's there.
But see,
yeah, if you
Even
don't
with a
kill-
maxed out Ike, he's hard to kill during that duel chapter, because he always fucking procs Eclipse, and it's hard to get Ike to proc Ether.
Yeah, let's...
I have
or
not.
if you have an RNG
I've
screw
had Ike proc Aether 4
No.
times in a row.
I almost never
And he
proc
still
Ether.
wouldn't die.
Only this past playthrough that I did, I managed to kill him because Ether procced twice. And the Black Knight only
Oh, did
procced
the-
Eclipse twice.
Honestly, the activation rate on Aether in Radiant Dawn is insane. It's just straight up equal to stat. You're equal to skill.
Oh,
So,
not okay.
Yeah, it's got like a 27% chance to activate plus luck modifier. So
I'm
it's got
just
about a 30%
imagining
chance to
Mia.
activate
I'm
every
just
hit.
imagining Mia right now with Ether, and I'm like,
Astra, 5
Astra.
consecutive hits.
5 consecutive hits all at once.
Yeah.
And it doesn't use up 5 weapon uses.
No, it does not.
You're dead, kiddo.
In Radiant Dawn, it does.
It's like you're already dead.
Yeah,
Oh my. Mia like, omae wa mo
Nani?
shinderu. Nani? Yeah. Someone was ahead of me,
Nani?
damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been over the plot. Ike fucks up in the end and sets the events of Radiant Dawn into motion. Next we cover
Yeah.
shit like our favorite characters. Characters we liked the most and hated the most, although we've mostly covered that. We know Steph has a major boner for Ike and ships him with Soren.
Hey.
Okay, okay, Steph, go on. Who are your favorite characters? And then tell us your least favorites and why.
Okay, I think it's really fucking obvious at this point that I like Ike. I love Ike. I am planning to get a Ragnell necklace. I get paid, as previously stated. He's just an adorable little idiot. I fucking love the guy. Too cute. Also, a couple of other reasons, but I will not mention those, because too damn personal. Anyway, aside from Ike, I love Titania. She's the mommy of the group. She's just amazing. And she also shows that she has a soft side when, after Grail dies, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to a fucking forest at night and I'll be like sobbing my ass off for Grail. Because I really wanted that Grail. You know what he wants.
No, see, it's revealed in her A support conversation with Ike that she had feelings for Grail. Even though it was already obvious by that.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
In Titania's in Titania's A support with Ike, it's revealed that she had feelings for Grail, even though you could already probably assume that.
Yeah. Ike realizes it and asks her about it, and yeah, she admits it.
So
I mean, that also implies that Grail was not much older than Titania. So Titania is like 30, 32 at most.
Yeah, they're... Yeah. Is she in her 30s? She was fresh out of,
She left the Royal Guard
when she met him.
She had just quit the Royal Guard.
No, she was a member of the Crimean Knights.
Yeah, the Knights.
That was doing like an outreach program, and she was directed over to Grail's command.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can I?
But yeah,
Okay.
so Titania's like in her early 30s at the oldest, and Grail is like mid 30s at his oldest.
At his youngest.
Oh,
yeah, so in an alternate timeline, she actually could have been Ike's mom.
Yeah.
That would have been really hilarious, actually.
What I wanted was, I'm just gonna say, if they do remake Path of Radiance, you know how Awakening did the post-game chapters where you could get characters that were presumed dead or whatever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want Elena.
Dude.
Yes.
Elena and Grail. Grail was originally going to be a playable character in Path of Radiance too, but they scrapped him. They said, nah, we're going to kill him instead.
I mean, we got Brave Ike. That's the closest one we can get for now.
Yeah, it's literally the closest thing.
Yeah, that's just Grail, to be honest.
Grail in Heroes when? Hello.
Hey, we got Brave Ike, so we're probably never getting Grail.
I voted for Grail in the first Trizudora.
Yeah, we're never going to get Grail in Heroes with Brave Ike, which I'm okay with, to be honest.
What we actually need for Grail in Heroes is him to have something like Berserk Irvon or something like that.
Ooh.
So like Irvon, but it has steady breath built in, so you can
Grail.
So you can give him DLC. Not DLC, DC.
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious to deal with.
That sounds disgusting, and it sounds hilarious to use.
I mean, we already have Legendary Hector to deal with. Can we not have Grail with that set, please?
Or we could have Grail with that set and have him as a character we all get.
Oh, God.
Before Armor Ducks.
Hey, IS, I hope you're listening. We came up with this idea. You owe us. Don't let Treehouse fuck up Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Please, no.
Please, no.
To be fair, the Treehouse is not involved in 3 Houses.
Yeah, they're not?
Or no, the Treehouse is the one who will be.
Oh, no.
Rip.
We all know. Rip 3 Houses.
I think I speak for
Rip
everyone.
Pets.
I think I speak for everyone here that when it cut from the cutscene into actually seeing the map overview and we saw the Tellius style gameplay in 3 Houses, we all just fucking screamed.
I saw Echo style gameplay.
No, the over map with the 3D models and the grids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
yes. I'm like, yo, that's Tellius. I'm watching it on my laptop on the live stream and I'm literally screaming. My family's like, shut up, Corvus!
It's like, my tits cannot be calmed!
I'm like, no you! I'm watching this. I am hype. You will not kill this for me.
I will not be
Spoken like a
silent.
true Telly's fag. What is this?
But yeah, I saw that Tellius style overview of the map during battle, and I'm like, oh man, this game looks like it's gonna be great. So I immediately changed one of my Smash taunts in Smash 4 for the 3DS to hard for Edelgard.
I mean, who isn't?
You mean Edgelord?
No, what? No, stop calling her fucking Edgelord. But when I first saw her name, I saw Edgeguard because I had been playing.
Her name will forever be Edgelord, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's too close.
Steph, could you maybe not post anything about trigonometry? Because that's why I quit engineering in college. Seriously, fuck you with your radians. Ah, Trig.
It looks like Corvus got triggered.
They put broken nerd glasses that are taped together on Black Knight. No! Oh my fuck, why? Ah!
Oh my god.
We triggered him.
Alright. Okay, Steph. You talked about
Yes.
Titania and we branched off into talking about Griel. Favorite characters.
I fucking don't really.
More favorite
Hold
characters,
on,
let's go.
I got more because I actually like a few people. I'm not gonna mention them all because I'm gonna be here all night. But can we just talk about how sassy Patrine is? She's fucking glorious, dude.
Patrine is a
I just
smug
love her.
asshole, and I have a love-hate relationship with her. I love her flame lance, and I was glad to take that from her.
She's just got this fucking sass. Like, oh, you wanna die? Come on, buddy. Nope. You
Also,
wanna
the
do
hidden
shit?
dialogue
You're gonna
with
die.
Soren.
She has hidden
I-
dialogue with
She's
Soren?
branded too. She's branded.
Seriously?
Oh,
Yes,
really?
she is.
Yes.
You find that
She
out
is.
if you have Soren talk to her when she's a boss.
Oh, I
Holy
had
shit,
no
I know
fucking
Yeah, it's
clue.
hidden, but it's there. I remember it.
Yep. Yeah,
I will have to
you
remember to
have
do that.
Soren.
This
Yeah,
is
you
during
have
the
to have
Great
Soren
Bridge
find
chapter,
her.
right?
Yes, it is.
I'll have to
You
remember
have
to do that in this
Soren talk to
playthrough.
her. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah,
You learn
the-
something
the
new every
special
day.
dialogue that occurs. Yep.
The more you know.
Oh, that's a new thing you learned today. But let me see.
Conversations were the best part. Too bad most were hidden.
God damn, back in the day, you didn't really have to figure out what was going on. Anyway, moving on from Patrine. Hello. I cannot go on with this without mentioning the Black Knight. So mysterious, and yet you find out that he kills Grail. He's like, "Aw, this is not the Gawain I know. What the fuck happened here? I'm pretty sure you just let that shit go." And then Nick was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you!" Yeah, come back when you're ready, boy. Ha ha.
And then when fucking, oh my god, Q made the Ike D&D sheet.
Oh
I
god,
told
you
you I was going to. Didn't I?
You did, but I'm just looking at it like, bruh.
Huh.
I mean, tell me it's wrong.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how D&D works really, but
Yeah, Ike is OP, confirmed. It's legit.
His attacks are magical, multi-attack, reactive. Yes,
Yeah, pretty sure that's how Ike will work.
this is Ike. And his attacks
that seems right.
his attacks reach 5 feet. You should have done 10 feet since it can attack from a distance.
I was thinking about that, but I forgot about the fact that, like, outside of Awakening, he actually does, like, the sword beam instead of just chucking his legendary sword across the room.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already cracked and breaking. You don't throw a priceless artifact.
The point of that is that the enchantment had left it.
Mm.
That was the reason why it had to be thrown in Awakening, is because the enchantment had left it, which is why it was actually starting to crack. Is it lost its
Yeah, when they
still
killed Ashera, didn't it lose its blessing from the goddess?
No, because Yune was still around, and it was still blessed by Yune.
Mm.
And
True.
Ashunara was back, so both of their blessings would have stuck around.
Ah, makes sense. But Who was the character we were talking about a second ago? Steph.
Black Knight.
Katrine.
Yeah, Black Knight.
Oh yeah, Black Knight.
It's like, I was shocked during the cutscene when he was fighting Grill, when he was talking and his voice sounded so effeminate. I'm like,
Yep.
that is a very soft fucking voice. And then I had to go back into the gallery and rewatch the scenes so I could actually hear what he said.
I was shocked by the
Yeah,
voice
I was
acting.
like, what the fuck is he talking about? I can't hear him.
I'll make Black Knight too if I need to.
Oof.
Yo, Q, for this campaign you should do Ike and Black Knight and have them fighting and have us walk in on them and have to deal with the
Just
reinforcements
walk
that
in
show
on
up.
it.
Yeah, we walk in on it, but you know how in that chapter, guys, how the reinforcements show up to help the Black Knight and heal him and stuff?
Have
Mhm.
you be them?
Can we have to kill the reinforcements that come for the Black Knight while Black Knight and Ike fight each other?
I mean, wouldn't the reinforcements be pretty generic though?
They would be pretty generic, but you've got a healer and some fighters and stuff. So.
I believe it was 2 healers and a soldier the first round, a healer, a soldier, and a myrmidon the second.
Oof.
I think that was it.
Yeah, a total of 6.
Yeah, I think. I might be overstating it. I know there was 2 healers and a soldier the first round.
It was another 3 afterwards, and one of them was a healer. So yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's
Sounds
that's something cool we can incorporate into that, Q.
However, I am just going to say that does involve the age-old don't for D&D. If you stat it, they will kill it.
I don't know. Have fun killing Ike. He has an AC of 23.
Okay, the point is you statted him. The numbers exist.
So we good here? Can I move to the final
Yep.
one before
Yeah.
I lose my mind?
Yes.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, damn it. I forgot to give him Aether.
Oh, he's making either a skill. Yes.
God damn it. Anyway.
Luckily, I didn't close it so I can still add it here. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it, too.
Okay.
Specialized critical attack would probably be what I went with.
Reduce the target's AC by 6 and add an extra 1d10 to his damage. And because it's multi-attack, the next hit heals him for 50% of the damage dealt. Round it up.
Okay, Steph, you're up. Keep going.
Yes. Okay, hated characters. As strange as this is going to sound, I don't really hate many characters in Path of Radiance. But if I have to name one, it's motherfucking Oliver. I cannot
Good girl.
stand the filthy
Oliver,
fat man.
Oliver. Everyone hates his fat ass Oliver.
Oliver
I mean,
deserved to die and he didn't, and it made me sad.
It's too beautiful for you.
Alright, I'm back, guys.
Welcome back, Spade.
Oliver could just fuck off. Seriously, I just hate his obsession. I hate everything about him. I just can't stand him. I cannot.
Alright, you want to go next?
So, did you enjoy when he recruited himself?
That is the funniest recruitment in the entire franchise.
I am
What?
with Ike on this one entirely.
The only character Ike wants to kill you, so he joins you. So bad he is.
Honestly, though, that is the funniest recruitment in the entire franchise.
Yeah, pretty much.
He recruits
He just
Oliver?
he recruits
He
himself.
recruits himself. If you have Raphael in
You have
range,
to put Raphael in his range, and he just straight up walks towards him and joins your party without
Yeah.
being invited. It's amazing.
I'm gonna
And
kill
then
him
you can
instead.
talk to him with Ike, and Ike is like, wait, what the fuck? You
Because
wanted
he
to
has
be
to
here.
defend his duty at every opportunity.
and if you support him with Racing in the endgame, Racing starts cursing him out. It's the funniest thing.
Alright,
And
Francesco.
after Oliver stops talking, Ike is like, look, would you mind rejoining the enemy, please? Oh, it's amazing.
Okay,
Anyhow,
Francesco, you're up with favorites and least favorites and hated.
Oh boy. Alright, we already previously talked about my favorite character in all of the franchise, which is hard. Well, I just, to avoid repeating ourselves, I'll just say that basically is what I'd like to think of myself if I was a first unit. I mean, maybe not as badass, but as personality Yes, definitely. It's lazy as fuck, but still loyal towards those who cares about. In this case, Chill and his mentor. So yeah, let's just keep ahead to another one I really like. Even though I never really ended up using him a lot, but it's gotta be Volk. I really love how mysterious he is when you first see him, and then he reveals he was basically an assassin that was basically testing you. And it's just straight
Volk?
up cool.
You're talking about Volk?
Yeah, Volk.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the coolest thing. He tells Ike all about what happened with Grail and Elena, and he tells Volk that if I ever go insane from touching this metal, you have to kill me because you're the only one out there that's probably strong enough to do it. And
Yeah,
he renews the
Volk is
contract.
actually clever. It was like, well, I won't be able to kill you, so why should I accept it? And then Grail cripples himself. And only at that point Volk accepts. And he proposes the same deal to Ike. If you ever go insane, you steal money and make you collect to just hire me for that reason.
I do like how you get more than half of that money back in Radiant Dawn.
Well, I mean, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn basically admits he was charging way too much and refunds.
No, the contract ended sooner than he thought it would.
Yeah. It was a nice touch that also reward those who played Path of Radiance. And in Path of Radiance, you're basically rich as fuck. And in Radiant Dawn, it's the exact opposite. You don't have enough money. That money
you budget so hard in that game.
Yeah.
I budgeted pretty hard in Path of Radiance as well. And I'm going to tell you the second I promoted Reese, I gave him a light tome that I forged to the max in every stat with the lowest weight. And he was doubling and tanking literally fucking everything once I promoted him.
Reese?
Yeah, Reese.
On top of that,
You got Reese to double people?
Yeah, a light tome with one weight. I forged it.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I've never seen
Great.
Reese double anyone.
Yo, Volk and Heroes win.
Okay,
Volk and Heroes win.
His magic stat is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's
Yeah,
get...
I've just always had trouble with his speed.
Alright, Volk also makes you pay for every cell or chest he opens up. Some people will say, that's why you thought that I was like, who gives a shit? You're so full of money anyway, so just use Volk at that point.
Yeah.
I used both of them. I used both of them
like
because of the inheritable growths in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah. Basically, Volk is the one who gives the backstory to Ike and makes him a really unique and interesting character. And the Radiant Dawn is one of the few people that asshole Izuka actually fears. If it's Volk who actually goes to kill Izuka, Izuka is fucking scared when he sees him.
Yeah, Volk and Bastion
Which
just show up, and
badassery.
Izuka fucking pisses himself in fear.
He's like, Pharaohs, help me, quick! And it's the only character in which he does that else to his badassery.
And I like how Bastion, in that, he goes from elegant Shakespearean playboy type to, like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Bastion, you underestimate the fuck out of him, but then he's just a badass.
Because he himself hates Izuka. Bastion comments, that's cheaper than your standards. They just say personal reasons. And even then, you could end up not hiring him. He just disappears.
It's like Bastion, everyone fucking underestimates him because of his personality. But then he's secretly a cold-hearted badass. And I'm like,
yes.
I need to use you more, Bastion. I have better mages by the time I get you, but I should use you more. Also, Volk with a stiletto dagger. Volk with a stiletto dagger in Heroes win.
Yeah, I need Volk and not so much.
No, base art is built-in close counter.
Yes.
Ooh, that would be glorious.
Honestly, I wanted Soth to have that.
I'm glad Soth has Pesh
Cats.
Cats. I'm glad he's got Pesh Cats. I run that with my copy buffs refined Erica and Sweep House on literally everything.
Oh.
But, any hated characters or any more favorites, Francesco?
Well, as favorite, I mentioned some males. So as females, well, we already have Titania, which was mentioned before, so I avoid repeating again. I just mentioned my wife, which is, yes, a furry, it's later, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
Call me
Leaf.
a furry if you want, but she's my wife.
See,
She's
it's only
basically the
furry.
perfect tsundere.
It's
Just
only
so much.
furry if she's in beast form.
True. You get it. So finally someone will get it. So basically her character is like, at first she looks really racist and like, wait, she's a jerk, but once you learn more about what happened with the Lagoon and basically all the backstory, and you actually learn to know more about her, you're basically, wait, she actually has a point of acting the way she is, and she isn't actually a jerk, she's actually kind. She just doesn't want to show it that much to Bjorks because of their prejudice, but I mean, who could blame her? So. And she's actually an amazing unit in the early game. I mean, even in the final chapter, she kept kicking ass, just not so much. She was always blessed. I'm glad to.
But Leaf has crazy high speed and resistance, so she's not even scared of fire.
She turns herself into a cat really quickly also helps. She doesn't need to wait. You can just kick ass and let her rest. She's got
like what, 22 resistance at level 20? If she's gotten some decent level ups. 22
I think so.
22 res sounds low, but that's high for Telia standards.
Exactly.
I mean, Riss has one of the highest resistance growths in stats when capped, and he's got like what, 30?
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice stats all around.
The only
great unit, really nothing to dislike about her, in my opinion.
The only thing low about Leaf is her attack stat, but Cat Lagoos generally have lower attack. But
I mean, she has a lot of speed to compensate. So
yeah, speed, skill, and res on the Cat Lagoos, strength and defense and HP on the Tigers.
All right, then another one I really like is Jill, which is another. I mean, if there wasn't a Leaf later, she would probably be my Telius waifu, so there's that. She is also. We already previously mentioned about how she was raised, and again, she is really. I guess it does most part of me liking her really much, but she's actually a great character on her own. Again, amazing unit, which probably in Path of Radiance ends up surpassing her a lot. She could also surpass in Radiant Dawn if you train her properly.
Yeah. I saw the update to the character sheet, Q. Really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. And yeah, I better not repeat myself. We basically mentioned everything. So let's go to the hated part. I don't really hate anyone from the cast. I like almost everyone. Except fucking Makalov.
Oh, fuck Makalov!
Nobody mentioned him, but yes.
Nobody fucking likes Makalov. Makalov's a piece of shit.
Nobody likes that guy.
He's an idiot.
Astrid was too good for him. Astrid was too good for him.
Yeah,
Makalov deserved to pick, and then
Makalov doesn't deserve Astrid. At all.
Astrid was one of the best girls in Telius. Just, as a unit and a character, she was great. And she marries Makalov in Radiant Dawn. Astrid wasn't your taste in men.
Where are your standards?
What are your standards? I would have been fine with you and Gauthier over that.
That would have been great.
Yeah, Astrid would have been great, actually.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe would have stopped fucking trees.
No, come on, yeah, Gauthier in the tree. Come on, Gauthier in the tree.
So, what's to say about Makalov? He's an idiot and a complete stupid idiot who keeps worrying Marcia and keeps wasting his money. I mean, there's nothing likable about the guy. Why the hell does that like him? Seriously.
Calling Makalov a tool is an insult.
He's even a shitty unit. There's nothing redeemable about the guy. Really.
See, I recruit him, trade away all of his stuff, and then use him as a meat shield.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only use he has. Just that shit. I really tried using him once, never again.
Oof.
I wanted to hope that it could be redeemable. Not. It wasn't.
No, there's a few characters in the games that are just completely irredeemable, and he is one of them.
People try to tell me Mia is, and I'm like, nah, man. She may have low strength, but that skill and that speed, she doubles everything. And in this current run I'm doing, an enemy attacks her.
You just need to invest in Mia a lot. She's not bad.
Fighter band. Done.
I mean, most people end up using Ike anyways, so that may be why she's looked down.
But I mean, what I did with her,
but she's still an amazing unit.
What I do with her in this playthrough so far is I have just put her in range of something, like even an armored knight with a lance, and given her an armor slayer. Put her in range. Vantage procs. She attacks and deals like 8 damage. Then the enemy attacks and she dodges. Then she attacks back and she crits for 24 damage. And she takes out armor.
And she queen.
She's a fucking dodge and crit queen. And with Vantage and her crits and Astra, bruh, don't discount Mia. She's fucking great.
Today is a good day.
Oh my god, her voice actor is fucking Bubsy. The one thing I will nitpick about Mia is her voice. Her voice actor is Bubsy, and that doesn't do Mia justice.
Well, at least they were coherent and picked the same one she had the cutscene in Radiant Dawn, I think.
Oh, Soren, always with your head in your books.
I mean, that's not exactly a good thing, but they were coherent. Alright, then, well, I think I talked about... Yeah, like I said, he's the only one I really hate, so I might as well pass the ball to someone else at this point.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do mine real quick. I loved Mia and Ilyana and Alencia. For the males, I really liked Soth, even in Path of Radiance, because it was never really alluded to who he considered family that he wanted to protect and get back to and find in the chaos of war. But this is a little kid who literally goes to war to find someone he cares about.
Aww.
And then you've got my boys Volk and Har, which we've already talked about. Har in Heroes When with a special Brave Axe that doesn't fucking...
Har and Volk in Heroes When.
Fire Sweep.
No, not no Fire Sweep. Give him a Brave Axe that's like Amity in Heroes. 9 might and only -2 to speed.
Yeah, Har needs to have a Brave Axe.
I'm thinking because he has cancel skill.
Oh, yeah, cancel skill. That works too. For a Fire Sweep would work with
that
that.
would work.
Or they can just make cancel a special B slot for him.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, hated Makalov, most of the villains. That's about it. I mean, I was kind of meh about Shinon because he was a prick, but he warmed up. He warmed up to me on my 3rd playthrough, so whatever.
I don't know.
Scott, you're up.
Alright, favorite units for me. Obviously, well, we're all in this game chat, so we like Ike.
We like Ike.
Oh,
We like Ike.
we like Ike.
So that just goes without saying.
And then Q shows up like, but I don't like Ike.
I like Smash Bros.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll take that.
Boyd. He's never let me down, so he's one of my favorites for utility. Neffany is a monster.
Strangely, we haven't talked about Neff much.
Yeah, I know. I haven't heard anyone mention Neffany.
Because most people like her because ever since her Heroes art, you've seen a lot more fan art that's more provocative about her, and people are like, people only like her for her thighs. I'm like,
No.
I actually like her a lot too, but
Thunder thighs.
it's not that high on my list. Basically 4th, like I mentioned, so I didn't bother mentioning that too.
Shy girl, high defense, skill, speed, and attack. A monster unit, decent character. What's not to like?
Yeah, train her well, she's a fucking monster. Right?
Okay, I always
Gonna
give her
get
resolve and advantage.
Oof.
That's scary.
Yeah.
It's effective, is what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, so my favorite 2 females are Neffany and Mia.
Yes, Mia. Someone else who likes Mia, finally.
My favorite guys aside from Ike, because obviously, Boyd and would have to go with Har. He's a monster of a unit. He just destroys everything you put him in front of.
Yeah, he's pretty damn great.
It's like Alencia's Gambit can easily be cheesed. Just give Har a hammer and have him attack
yeah.
the boss. But
Har's Gambit.
Really?
Alencia's
Har's
Gambit, more like
Gambit.
Har's Gambit. Am I right, fellas, or am I right?
Yes.
I'm just like imagining a conversation between the summoner and heroes and Nephany. It's like, I'm sorry, I got lost in your thighs. I mean eyes.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'd love to be lost there.
Oh god.
What if the summoner is awkward too?
But,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really hear him talk, right?
but I mean,
Or, yes.
Nephany is like a city girl trapped in the body of a country girl because, like,
Country girls make do. That's why she's a lancer.
it's like she's insecure about her country bumpkin accent and doesn't want people to think lesser of her, so she doesn't talk much. But yeah, Nephany's a great character too. But she's only like 5th on my list, I think.
Aw.
Mia, Alencia, and Ilyana are my top 3, and no one can change that.
You gotta love that
For
hungry
Path
girl.
of Radiance, I find Ilyana is a great character. I don't really care for her that much in Path of Radiance, just because she doesn't really have a chance to shine.
She
But,
develops
I'll
a lot
be-
more in Radiant Dawn, like,
Yeah, I'll be talking
astronomically.
a lot about her in the Radiant Dawn one. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There's also the point where Zihar hits on her.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Heather.
Oh, Heather.
Ever.
Heather's not in Path of Radiance, though.
No, she is not.
No.
But Heather
Nope.
hits on literally everything. She hits on Ilyana, and, she's like Gauthier if Gauthier was a girl and lesbian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, Steph, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting
I
here.
think she's
I'm
even
sitting here with my
worse.
+2
Of
Ike.
course.
Regular Ike win!
I never got him
Ouch.
either. That is of any consolation.
Okay, at least you got the upgrade. At least you got the upgrade.
At least. But god damn it, when am I gonna finish my Ike emblem?
I'm gonna laugh upon the next banner. Regular
Summon
Ike
Ike.
is next to Vanguard Ike.
Oh god.
Vanguard
That would
Ike's not
suck.
going to be on any more banners until late fall, they said.
Until late September, yeah.
Sweet, gives me time to save up orbs.
At least. He's also going to be alongside Hector, so that's gonna be a good banner to roll on.
Hey, Steph,
Great.
I'm sorry, but I got a Ike just randomly the other day.
Fuck
and
you.
My normal Ike is +3 now.
Go fuck yourself.
I think mine's 4 or 5.
My
Again,
icon
go
sacked
fuck
of
yourself.
Alter.
Steph, why are we still here just to sub?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Poor suffering Steph.
I actually haven't used any of my
Uh.
Ikes in ages, and I feel sad.
Yo, if
any-
trading is enabled, can I have them? Like, seriously.
Anyhow, my least favorite characters, honestly, it pretty much is either a love-hate relationship with pretty much every character in Radiant Dawn. There's none that I really dislike, but there's a few that I just hate, so I can't really say that I don't like any of them. Because even the villains have some redeeming aspect that makes them interesting, at least.
Except for Oliver.
Oliver can just
Yeah.
suck.
At least Oliver's beauty.
He's at least
Nah,
interesting.
he's fucking stupid.
Oliver
He
is
is-
Oliver won the award for easiest to hate. And here's a picture of Ike doing that shaft head tilt.
As long as you
Anyhow.
don't like posting a picture of Ike dabbing, you're safe.
No, I don't
anyhow.
have a picture of Ike dabbing.
Anyhow, the one character, or well, the few characters that I absolutely hate. Honestly, one of them is Makalov.
Of
He
course.
is. Oh my god, he is honestly the one character that is useless in both games.
Totally unredeemable, I
Hey,
know.
Macalob isn't entirely useless. He can be used as a pretty effective mage shield if you just want someone to die.
That's true. That is true.
He dies too quick. Okay,
It's the only reason I keep him around is if I need a meat shield for tactics to get the rest of my units to survive. I just take all of his shit and leave him unable to defend himself so he just fucking dies with a sword through his face.
Okay, I will say this, though. His only redeeming factor is he's a good experience grind for recent mist.
Yes. Because he takes damage, you heal him. He takes damage, you heal
You
him.
put him in a choke point. Yeah, you put him in a choke point and you grind experience off of him. That is his only redeeming factor. So yeah, hated characters are Makalov. There's one other unit in the game with just horrendous growth rates. And I don't remember who it is, but I hate them too. Just because they're unusable.
Is it Grell?
Wow.
Too soon.
I mean, I know it's almost been a decade, but come on, too soon, man.
Still too soon.
It'll never be.
It's like freaking... Okay. It's like cows in 9/11. You can't milk it for like 15 years. It's gotta happen eventually.
God.
Anyhow, so yeah.
Oh, damn it,
dude,
Q!
just cover the mic.
Makalov, and I don't really, again, there's not really any others that I actually hate. Yeah.
Alright, you're up, Spade.
Alright, so favorite characters, I would say Jill for the girls, and for the guys, Stefan. I don't think he's been mentioned yet, but he's an amazing character. And he also has like a really obscure recruitment condition. You need to put, I think, Lath or Mordecai in like a specific tile in the Desert Master.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Stefan, the branded guy.
Yeah. And his
the guy who has
bases are just ridiculous.
Yeah, the guy who
And
has
I
the
think
legendary
if you
sword.
didn't use Let or Mordecai in that spot, he just gave you his sword and went away.
Yeah, he just gives you his sword.
What a random guy.
But it's like, he starts off with Astra. You don't have to waste the scroll to give him Astra.
Yeah, his only downside is his really low luck, but he can survive a crit from the Lions Desert. Or the
Yeah,
Tigers
sure.
Desert map.
If you didn't have luck with Mia, he's a great swordman.
Yeah, he is a good placeholder.
Yeah, and like, another thing to note with Stefan, his bases are actually higher than Lucia's, and we'll join way later. Stefan is pretty much like another Titania, pretty much. Jill's also really good. The thing about Path of Radiance, effective damage is only ×2 might. So you can put Jill in range of archers, and she'll still only take 0 damage. It's the greatest thing ever. You give her a javelin, and she could just go to town.
Javelins and hand axes. Woo!
Yeah, Jill is just overpowered. Astrid is also pretty good. She needs a little bit of baiting at the beginning and forged bows, but once you get her to snowball, she's really viable.
Snacky.
Aye, it's a snacky wallpaper. I think I know who made that, too. Someone in Nino's. And I just lost an
You
almond.
stand in the presence of sanity. Empress of Benyon.
I tell you slowly.
I'll let you guys continue discussing that for a second. I gotta be right back, because I just picked up an almond and dropped it somewhere, and I gotta find it.
Oh my god.
All that trouble for an almond.
I mean, I have to
Dang.
find it because it's a smoked almond, and the seasoning could kill my cats or my dogs.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh dear.
that's not good.
Oh no.
There's one half. There's the other.
Save the
There
cat.
we go.
Save the cat.
Alright, I'm
Oh
back.
look, it's lowly bait.
Is that all you gotta say, Spade?
Jen is just a door on each hand.
Okay, yes, but that outfit should have been Zelgius's for heroes.
Yeah, the fucking
Yeah,
neon.
that's exactly what I wanted. Like, look
But
at
they
this.
just
So badass.
spoiled the Black Knight.
Yeah, like keep his skill set the exact same. Give him Alunde, give him Eclipse, which by the way, it should have been called Eclipse.
The point
Black
is, if
Luna
they gave him
sounds
Alunde,
racist.
they would have still spoiled Black Knight. They would have given him Brace Sword or something, I feel. And they just wanted to make a power crept Black Knight. That's why they went with that.
Also, actually no, that's a statement for Radiant Dawn, never mind. I was going to say something about Black Knight, but no, it applies more to Radiant Dawn.
I will have something that I need to say on the topic of Sanaki. Some people in the community issued death threats to the artist for Bridal Sanaki, claiming
I know.
Oh,
Claiming-
God.
I read about it.
claiming
What the fuck,
claiming
people?
it's pedophilia and you should die for drawing that.
Same happened with following Noe.
I'm just
What the
gonna
fuck,
take
people?
this point to say, if you ever do something stupid like that, you should probably consider suicide. I mean, I don't condone suicide because I've seen what it can do to people, but you don't fucking do that. It's a piece of art. Get over your fucking self.
Also, a note to take in is that usually artists are given specific directions with the artwork, so it's not exactly their fault that they have to do an artwork in their exact,
And-
Yeah, this
and-
person was told.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
person was told draw Sanaki in a wedding dress.
If you want to play someone, blame the developers, not the artist.
Exactly, they're the ones with the art direction.
Yeah,
But the thing is, though, the death threats wasn't just the artist; it was the voice actor too.
it was the voice
that
actor
was-
too?
Seriously?
Both of them.
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
Because
That
of the
is-
voice lines.
Oh my fucking god, I am disappointed
Are
in
you
this community.
serious?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the sad
Unfortunately.
part. This is not a joke.
I am
Holy
fucking
shit.
disappointed in this
Unfortunately, I'm
community.
dead serious.
I mean,
Okay,
that's just not
I
okay.
actually-
What the fuck is wrong with people?
I know.
Yeah.
Many
right?
things are wrong with people.
And if one of those
Okay,
people watches this
guys-
podcast, they're gonna call us pedos because we're against them issuing death threats.
Damn.
Is that
Okay.
Is that
according to
Nina and
them, I'm
Micaiah-
40 anyway, so do whatever you want again.
Yes, that is Nina and
Nina as
Ophelia.
Micaiah and Ophelia as Ilyana?
It's the cutest little thing.
Ophelia was
Yeah,
actually the
it's
only
true.
character in Fates that I really, really liked. So seeing her as one of my favorite Tellius girls is nice.
You're welcome.
She has the hair, so it matches.
Yeah,
Okay,
And yet we
a
got
little
treasure.
note,
Creep of
if
feeling.
any of the motherfuckers who are actually against the whole, oh my god, death threats to the artist and shit, is actually watching the stream, here's my opinion on that. I really don't like Sanaki's outfit. I just think it's not right to have a kid in a wedding outfit. But I would not issue death threats to the fucking artist and the voice actor. You're stupid.
No one that should be alive would do such a thing.
I mean,
Why would you?
I see her in a
Please.
wedding dress, and I just see her as a fucking bridesmaid. I don't really care either way.
Honestly, she should have
I mean,
had
that's
a
what
basket of flowers. She should have been. It should have been visible that she was a flower girl.
She should not have had the bouquet,
Exactly.
she should have had the basket of flowers. And they should have given
Yes.
the Niffle Frost flowers to Ninian instead, since she's a fucking frost dragon.
No, well, here's the thing: they could have kept the frost flowers, but put them in a basket.
Exactly. And
Or we
then
could have put
it
a
would
Lindsay
be
in.
more passable.
That too.
Or they
Bridal
could have put a
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Who said that? Who do I
How-
need to fist
Me.
bump? Spade, you're a bro.
Thanks.
I mean, for the longest
Yo,
time, I honestly
Bridal
did
Ike.
ship Lindsay and Ike.
I mean, same, because fuck Jeffrey and fuck the canon.
Yeah.
Seriously, I ship those two. Screw Jeffrey. Jeez.
Also, I'm sorry. The name Joffrey has been sullied.
Why do you guys hate him so much?
Because, yeah, his
I
name
don't
is actually
hate it.
Joffrey with the way it's spelled. That name has been
Joffrey.
sullied. It is Joffrey. Geof. His name is Joffrey.
Yeah, that
That name has
It's
name has been
pronounced
sullied
Jeff,
by
though.
Game of Thrones. Is it?
Wow.
yeah, it's pronounced Jeff. It's Jeffrey.
Interesting.
Spelled
Yeah,
G,
most of the time-
spelled Geoff. It's
Watch out
spelled.
for poison.
I mean,
But yeah, no, that.
Jeffrey's
spelling
not a
of that
bad
name has
character
been
or
sullied.
unit by any means. I just
No, he's a great unit and character, but that relationship is kind of weird to me, and just yeah,
it just seems forced.
yeah, yes, it does.
It is forced.
It really is.
Yep. And I like how they kind of leave it open as to how some of the characters ended up after the end of Radiant Dawn. Like it said that Ike just wandered around training as a mercenary.
Yeah, he just left.
And Mia followed him wherever he went, asking her to train her and stuff.
So,
and...
no, Soren followed him. Mia
Soren
stuck around.
followed. What?
Soren or Ron will follow him, whoever he A supports with. Soren stuck around. Or no. Yeah, Soren kept with him. Mia stuck around. Mia wandered Tellius looking for a challenge, looking for her
Oh my fucking god,
rival.
Stephanie. Stephanie, fucking kill yourself.
I just find this so interesting. It looks
Not
good.
literally.
Oh
It's
my
really
God,
good arc,
get
but what
that
the
shit
fucking
off my
hell?
My mouth literally ended. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Also, credits to O Novus on Twitter for the artwork.
Why was there a cat speak?
Oh my god, Stephanie, no!
What the fuck?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Why does he have to cry in flowers?
What? Piranha
Yes.
plant flowers from Mario? Oh my god!
You know what, Corvus? This one's for you.
I mean, horrible people tend to gravitate towards each other.
I know I'm an awful person. Fuck you.
Me too.
You know what? How about
You're
this?
welcome,
All
my
y'all
mate.
like hardcore Ike fans.
Oh god, whatever.
Quit reproducing.
No,
So
you.
inspirational.
I mean, we play Fire Emblem. I don't think reproducing's ever gonna be in our future.
We do
Yeah,
have to
pretty
reproduce
much.
That is true.
Especially me, because I don't like kids. So yeah.
You know what, Steph?
Yes. Yes.
Check the chat, Dippy. I'm not.
Hold your horses. I'm getting more artwork.
You're ruining the moment.
Ah, fine. Jeez. Oh yes, it is. It
Okay,
totally is.
Okay, I just
Absolutely
found this artwork.
100%.
I just found this.
As if
Okay,
she wasn't
that
already
was-
enough of a pretty boy. Come on.
Oh, okay. Why did you delete that code?
Because I don't need that on my stream. I'm already gonna bitch at Q later for posting that.
Oh. But he does have a valid point, though. They're terrible.
Yeah, I have
But we're
to. I
going
have
off
to like.
topic again.
I have to stay away from my girlfriend when it's her Shark Week because she doesn't understand sarcasm normally, and I'm a very sarcastic person.
Oh god, that must be the worst. I sympathize.
But yeah. Anywho, we were gonna talk about favorite maps and shit next. We kind of already covered the Great Bridge, which in itself is a great map, but the pitfalls are a pain in the ass. And
Yes, the map design is great, but the pitfalls are just a royal pain.
the sewer chapter with all the chests and doors and where you recruit Toroneo. That was one of my favorites. And ironically enough, the early chapters, you know the river map where you have to hide in the trees and then go down either
Yeah, when
side?
you first get into Gallia.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you're crossing into Gallia, that's a good one.
I liked that map, yeah. And despite Serenus Forest being a fucking hell, it was a good map. I will not knock the designs. They placed the swamps and the charred land and the down trees and everything just right to make the map challenging enough. Make it
Honestly, those
not
four
exactly
maps are actually my favorite in the entire game.
not
I love them.
not exactly a maze, but the swamps hindered movement in certain areas to make you have to follow other paths. You can either brute force your way through it or go around and have to fight more enemies. But honestly, the map designs for Serenus Forest were fucking great. I'm not gonna lie. Chapter was a pain in the ass, but the maps were glorious. But like,
Yeah.
anyone else have any specific maps or stuff they enjoyed?
Well, I'll just say the one where you recruit Siak, because he's the one who also has the Black Knight suddenly popping out, so you are like, oh shit! He just pops out of the
But
house.
Black Knight slams the door open. He's like,
Oh shit!
slams the door open. Surprise, motherfucker!
And you just have to run away from him because otherwise you.
I was so happy.
I made a mistake in
No,
my
I
last
did-
playthrough of Path of Radiance. I forgot Alondite comes with 2 range initially, and I measured out Black Knight's movement and put Leith 1 square out of his range. But I forgot about the 2 range on his weapon, and Leith died in 1 hit.
Oh God! Why did you kill my wife?
I didn't mean
Why?
to. Leith is one of my favorite characters. I reset the chapter. But I mean,
Oh,
damn.
okay.
He
You're
should.
forgiven.
He
Well,
should.
time to earn my hatred from
Always
Corvus.
forgiven.
Do not.
Oh my god. Kill myself.
You're really triggered in this time.
Sorry to that girl.
Do not. I love you too, Corvus.
Half of trolling corns.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I fucked up with that surprise, motherfucker chapter.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Cream pies, motherfucker.
Oh, God.
rise, motherfucker.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
god.
Oh God!
No! No!
No.
That was way too much even for.
Come on, Summer Thor and Summer Ike
That
win.
surprised me, but still, that was a little too far.
I want Summer Ike that has a weapon called Surfboard Blade that's literally a surfboard shaped like Ragnall.
Well, that would be interesting, actually.
And like what he does for his special proc animations,
It's gotta be taped to his stick so it's a land.
it creates water underneath it. He surfs on it and then does a flip, grabs the surfboard and smacks people with it. Like his ether spin animation. His leap into the air kicks off a wave.
I'm just sitting here, like, thinking what
You
the
mean
next
like
chapter
this?
is now.
Actually, no.
You know what? That's better.
That's awful. Look at that torso.
I mean,
Yeah, it really is.
the anatomy bend is kind of
Yeah,
weird. His arms are kind of
Yeah,
long.
that is nowhere near buff enough.
At least he has nipples, I guess.
That's Path of Radiance Ike. The buff one is Radiant Dawn Ike because he's had 2.5 years to train.
3 full years.
Great. I got
The-
buffed
the-
in 3 weeks!
Yeah,
Doctors hate me!
the events of Radiant Dawn start 3 years after Path of Radiance.
Oh yeah, so 3.5 years to
And he
train.
got buff as fuck.
Loop.
Boop.
Boop.
I low-key almost shipped that now because of the fucking because of this comic. And Sora's just like, what?
What?
Right?
I love how Titania's in the background just trying not to laugh.
Yeah. So we covered maps. Anyone have anything else that jumps out at them? About maps and shit?
Rabbits.
What?
Rabbits kind of jump out at me.
Why are we friends?
Because you know that you'd be bored without me.
I mean, yeah.
God damn it. Well,
Uh,
God damn it, indeed.
so Q's been ruining my day so far, so I'm gonna ruin all of your days. They never said.
oh god.
They never told you Humpty Dumpty was an egg.
Oh.
Did you ever stop to think that sand was called sand because it's between the
Oh
sand
God!
Hey baby, how you doing? Not a fan of the face though. I was not going to post that. I have it, but I
That
wasn't
was
going to
Card
post
for Life. Thanks.
Sorry.
Okay, so we've basically covered maps. Favorite moments in game. Like-
You already mentioned how the Black Knight pops up, so.
Watching
That's fine.
Makalov die.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yo, when the turn starts singing and the forest just comes to life and everyone's like, oh my god, this is pretty as fuck.
Yes, as I stated earlier, Life Returns is the best song in the franchise.
It's just amazing.
Twilight of the Gods, excuse you.
What one
Actually,
is that from?
It's from Echoes.
you know, like actually sung That is a soundtrack.
One I actually like, even though it's not positive, is the one where right after Gray dies, the whole atmosphere, the scene, the music, it was like, oh shit, it really died, and I just feel sad every time I look at it.
See, Fire Emblem does great with somber soundtracks like that. They did that in Awakening too after Emran.
The soundtrack is still one of my favorites.
Fire Emblem is great with somber soundtracks like that. The one they did in Awakening with Emran is really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. That one is one of my favorites.
That was one of the only chapters that had 3 separate soundtracks.
Yep.
There was one titled "And What If I Can't? What If I'm Not Worthy of Her Ideals?" Another titled that was literally just ... and I can't remember the name.
Yeah, Awakening like to name these.
Yeah, and then the main title.
And then the main one, yeah. But all 3 of those themes from that chapter were glorious and fit the mood really well.
Mustafa Idiros when.
I know, right? We need more of that, man.
Agreed. Back on topic.
Yep. We were talking about favorite moments and soundtrack stuff, so I was like, Fire Emblem does somber shit well.
Life Returns. It makes you fill yourself with hope. Everything just turned so pretty.
Yeah,
I like every conversation Ashna does basically at the end. There are basically several hidden boss conversations. And they're all great. I like the ones with Toronio and Raisin, especially. You should look them up.
I'm gonna have to look up the boss conversations later, honestly.
There are a lot of them. It's a shame because most of them you'll never actually read them because why the hell would you use this unit? But they're there. They're all good. It's one thing I hated about the newer games. They basically cut off these interesting conversations.
You see, when you mention interesting boss conversations, what comes to mind is the one in Sacred Stones between Joshua and the guy that killed his mom.
Yeah, exactly. Joshua and Kylek, I think. That's the one you're referring to.
Yeah, Kylek. Yo, is that like high schooler girl Alencia?
Yeah.
Nice. But
Nice.
favorite moments. What was that one that I was talking about the other day?
The one where Grail dies is pretty nice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not nice because he died. It's nice because of how they handled the fucking scene, though. Honestly.
Exactly.
It's like you've got this.
Well, it's nice because it's tragic.
You've got this scrawny little kid carrying his dad on his back as he bleeds out through pouring rain, and he was the only one there to witness his father die. And then he just like doesn't use Ragnar the whole fucking game. He just carries it around with him as a memory of his father or something.
That annoyed me.
I forget why exactly he was carrying it.
Memento from his lost father.
No, because
he thought it might. As long as he carried it around with him, he assumed that he'd meet the Black Knight again.
What?
He actually said that as long as he carried Ragnar with him, that he assumed he would run into the Black Knight again sooner or later. He even says that in Path of Radiance.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yeah, it's as long as he carried it, he knew he would see Black Knight again.
But I mean, why not fucking use it?
Nope.
All those weapons.
Because you needed a plot twist. The Deus Ex Machina. Like, wait, he had the sword all along.
A powerful weapon and they didn't know how else to do it.
Yeah, that was one part that bugged me. Yeah. Just use the fucking sword.
See, this last thing Steph posted, that's quality fucking art. I need some more of that in my life.
What about all the Nephany stuff I posted earlier?
I did. That's quality shit too. But I mean, you see how like this looks like kind of faded brushstrokes? It just has a kind of faded aesthetic look to it.
So apparently Soren died because he's as white as snow.
Soren
No,
has
he was a
always
pale
been fucking.
motherfucker.
Soren is a
Very
pale
pale.
piece of shit. He is not nearly as tan as he is in that comic with Anna.
I'm still like mentally scarred by that bridal hike.
I mean,
Oh god.
What the one with the big ass axe or the twofold image?
Guess you didn't see the one with the bed. Good for you.
Yeah, that one.
The Dakimakura.
Sorry about that.
The Dakima, yeah, that one.
Sorry about that. Yeah, the Dakimura.
Body pillows.
Steph, I know your role is literally Ike's Ragnell Sheath, but you don't have to have that be your only defining personality trait. You're not the LGBTQ community.
What? No. I wouldn't buy that shit. You crazy?
You mean you don't want to be Ike's Ragnar Sheath anymore?
What
Oh,
the
God.
fuck? Seriously, who the fuck gave me that title anyway? I'm like, what the fuck?
I was
Hey,
fully
Mia.
convinced that you gave yourself that title.
That's a cute Mia.
No!
Okay, every Mia is a cute Mia.
Agree.
That's also true.
Same with that.
As long as I didn't hear her talk, I guess.
Meh. Accurate.
This is literally Steph wanting an Ike. It's like
Yeah.
If only.
me and Isaac from AYFEW, we both just did a random poll, and it was Max too. We all got a normal Ike, and then we're like, let's pray Stephanie gets one too, because we've all got multiple copies of him now. And I almost gave
So
Heavy Blade.
literally-
I almost gave Heavy Blade to Soleil, and then I'm like, nah.
I mean, even I've gotten 2 Ikes, and I sacked one to Vulture, and the other one's just sitting there on the bench.
You guys are fucking mean. Well, then again, RNG is mean, and Variance doesn't love me. Feels
Okay,
bad,
so
man.
if you
That's
could
why
have,
I don't miss them gone.
if you could have one last topic to wrap this up, if you could have any couple characters from Path of Radiance, or even Radiant Dawn in Heroes, who would you pick, and what would you give them?
Okay, well, we just all agree that hard needs
Do
to be
Lagus
hero.
count?
Yes.
The Laguz will eventually come out the same time as other Beastkin, so we can leave out Laguz, or we can talk about that if we
Heck.
want. Or we can talk about that if we want, but we all can pretty
Well,
much
I
agree that
heavily
we want
imply all
Hard.
Lagus should be in the game. Let's leave it at that.
Why are we all posting gender bent Ike all of a sudden?
Okay, what?
Let's not.
Let's not.
Okay.
At least it's not as caring. For us, at least.
But
The bridal will have way too many big titties.
yeah, Har with a stronger version of a Brave Axe or a Fire Sweep Axe. With, if he has the Brave Axe, working in Cancel as a B skill somehow. Stephanie!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, great, he has pants on. Okay.
At least he has pants.
At least he has.
Bruh,
I
yeah.
thought he didn't for a second there, and I had to look closer. Stephanie,
Don't
this is
worry,
a live
Steph and
stream.
Man in there will be pantsless.
There's.
I am not posting the lose, my boys. I'm sorry. You want to get
don't
screwed
want
on YouTube? How about no?
I mean, this is already borderline getting me screwed on YouTube, so.
Is it because of my 9/11 jokes?
Oh my god.
It's probably because of you and Stephanie in general. But
Hey.
I mean, when was the last time you heard someone so thirsty? Oh my God!
Hey.
B-
Hey. Hey.
BK is Salt Bay. I love it. Yes.
Salt Knight.
Want some salt with that?
Mhm.
Want some salt with that
Aw,
arena
are
streak
you
in?
salty?
This should be canon.
Aw, Ike, are you salty your dad died? Let me put some extra salt in those tears.
Oh my god.
Then he drops the salt alongside his powder and teleports away. This should be
One
canon.
powder is pure salt.
This should be good. It's like, aw, are
She
you
throws
salty
it
that
in
I
his
ended
eye.
your arena streak?
Oh god, no.
Plus 10
Aw.
Zephiel and armor emblem. Fuck me.
Did you say Zephiel?
Yeah, I said Zephiel. I meant to say Zelgius. God damn it.
I mean, Zephiel's arguably much better.
But Zephyr can't get +10.
I don't care. Zephyr's like the better villain.
Zephyr likes dragons, that's all I need.
That's arguable.
I mean,
Better.
I honestly think Ashnard's one of the best villains in the fucking franchise.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Ashnard and Heroes win.
I want
Well,
an
I mean,
Ashnard
like, to be honest,
GHB.
I prefer other villains, but Ashnard is fucking cool, so I want in Heroes too.
Honestly. It could be
Fair,
because
he's
they
one of the
haven't
only
played the
villains in the
Radiant
entire-
duo, but their villains don't even, like, blip on my radar.
I mean, if you're not gonna play it, then at least read up on the characters a little bit. Like, even if you just go to the Wikia on the fandom site, then you've got a pretty... I mean, they've got a lot of info that you don't have to actually play
And
through
maybe
several
you
fucking
took the
times.
conversations. That's to them too.
I have. They don't even blip on my radar, really.
Rip.
Well,
Honestly, though, it really does
Then
take
again,
playing through it and actually encountering them for them to really sink in.
see, like, before you mentioned the thing about Soren and Patrine, I kind of had a feeling about Patrine. Like, she's an interesting-ish boss, but all I really remember her for is taking her flame lance after I teabag her corpse. But, yeah, that...
Okay,
that-
I'm gonna post a picture. It's nothing bad. It's just kind of joking after the voting gauntlet.
oh my
god.
god!
Okay, Camilla looks adorable, but Ike is
Yes, she
making
does.
too much life.
Oh my god!
He looked
Come on!
uncomfortable.
If we
It
could
looks
just
very
get Camilla
uncomfortable.
out of that picture and put her non-outwork, that would be fine. But having Ike there ruins the whole thing.
Hey.
I had to. That's a little bit too much for YouTube, guys.
Okay.
I
But,
mean,
yeah.
the
Demonetize.
makes more sense.
I'm not even monetized. My YouTube channel's not big enough for that. But yeah, Ilyana with Rex Bolt and a skill that kind of works like Shade. When?
For real, though.
I mean, a
I
bow
don't have
horse,
any more
a
path.
bow horse that
I don't have any
isn't
more.
Lyn, a bow horse that isn't Lyn, and it's Astrid. When?
I was so disappointed when she was the first.
I mean-
I was waiting for my boy Raph, and we got Lee.
Yeah, I mean, Wrath, Astrid, Wolf. We've got a lot of great bow knights. Why Lyn?
Wait, I'm sorry. Did anyone
Because
ever
Lee has
actually?
tits.
I'm sorry. Did anyone ever actually use a bow with Lyn in Blazing Blade?
No, not really. I doubt it.
And now we got Lee and Paul as a legendary hero. What the fuck? Seriously?
We have...
I know.
It's like, no, she's known for using her sword. Why is she a legendary hero with a bow?
Because fuck logic, that's why.
Because color bows. I mean, the green bow could have been Conqueror Alm, but...
I
Nope.
mean, yeah.
Conqueror Alm with a bow that has built-in close counter.
That would have been cool.
Because, I mean, it's an Echo's
But,
bow.
but yeah, Arm doesn't
Close
have
counter.
tits. He has the tongue armor, so they could have used that.
Scott, is this your
Look at
amiibo
all
collection?
them amigos.
Yes, they are.
Yo, clean up the mess in the back.
Yo, give me a
Yeah,
sec. I'm gonna take a picture of mine real quick.
I noticed.
Yeah, I have.
Didn't you already post that already?
It's a
Yeah.
slightly different color.
Getting the Ike amiibo was a pain in the ass.
I don't have Ike
Yeah.
or Roy. I can't find them anywhere.
I had to buy them both online.
This is what I
Yeah.
have.
Yes.
You can find Roy.
I can't
No.
find Roy or Ike, and
They're
they're
everywhere here. Seriously.
they're
okay.
They
nowhere.
don't know how to sell them.
In the area that I'm in, I have been asking for Ike since the day he was released. They were sold out everywhere within like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can help you with Ike, but at least on the Italian Amazon, I'm pretty sure there's still Roy. You could try there if they import this. That's a tip.
There's no fucking Roy or Ike anywhere here. I ended up...
I have-
Oh, all of them except for
Okay.
Marth sold out everywhere.
Okay.
I got
Okay,
Crom
yeah,
and
there are-
Tiki because of a pre-order. I
Yep,
got
those.
I
for
got
that same reason.
I got Lucina and Marth in a double pack on Amazon for $22. Just because they were selling them as a set. And I got Robin
Yeah, I think
I got a
our Italian Amazon still sells Roy and Robin. I think that's the other one. Yes, and maybe Lucina if she's still available. I'm not sure.
but yeah,
Everything
I
else
got
is
Robin for
sold out
$7
or-
from GameStop. It was on clearance, so I got Robin for like $7.
All right.
Yeah, I've got my
But yeah,
amiibo
Roy
and a
is
couple
there.
figures.
Roy is fucking everywhere here. I had no idea it was rare. What do you mean?
I mean,
The entire Fire Emblem line is rare.
all you ever see in stores anymore are the Animal Crossing amiibos. And maybe
Yeah, the
Link or
ones that
Fox.
no one wanted.
Or maybe Link or Fox. And that's
I
it. That's
would-
all you see.
I used to see Pikachus, I used to see Ness, but I would never see anybody from Fire Emblem, and it's kind of annoying.
Top no.
Yeah, I can confirm our Amazon still has Roy for €10.40. I don't know if they ship or.
My problem is I am a broke-ass college kid who only has 4 pennies to it. I literally have 4 pennies to my name. 4 cents.
Rip.
Top
I have gas money.
Rip. And yes, they still have Lucina too. So yes.
Yeah, I
It's like,
happen to
where are
luck
these
out and get
clothes?
Lucina
Dad?
at EB Games, which is just GameStop for Canada.
They have
I
EB
happen to
Games
luck
here
out-
too.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't have GameStop.
I no longer have a GameStop nor a Toys R Us. Rip.
We finally have a GameStop locally. I mean, I hate their policies and stuff, but it's the only place I can get my obscure weeb games.
Go think in Europe
Yeah.
we didn't have that Amiibo store locked shit, and you could buy them anywhere.
Oh yeah, you can buy them anywhere in Canada too. They're at like every major retailer. But Nintendo,
As long as you don't
Yeah,
live in the
okay.
United States, I guess.
Hey, Steph,
Nintendo
did
has a
you
real
notice the
problem
meat
with
on Ike's
supply
underwear?
and demand.
The what?
The meat on Ike's
Nintendo-
underwear.
Yes. It was
Yeah,
such
It's
a
just meat.
little detail, man.
Yeah, Nintendo seems to have this real problem with supply and demand.
Like they're
Oh,
like,
I'm
hey,
pretty sure
let's
they do
make
it
500,000 fucking
They're
Animal
doing
Crossing
it on
amiibos.
purpose.
Yep.
It's a good
Um,
business policy.
Basically, what they did at the first with the Amiibos, they did like a really short amount. Then suddenly, when they saw there was a request, they made a huge amount. Like they were fucking everywhere, at least here where I live. In fact, there are several leftover of Amiibos they just couldn't sell because there were just too many. And the fad died quickly. And then they resorted to basically being limited all over.
Like they keep
Because they
releasing,
figured out that was the best way to.
they
just
keep
make them
releasing new
limited.
forms of Mario, but they won't restock the Fire Emblem amiibos. Like you've got Gold
Also-
Mario, you've got 8-bit Mario, you've got Smash Bros. Mario, you've got Odyssey Mario.
Also, Smash Ultimate, the fact that every amiibo printed that is tied to a character is compatible.
Nice.
Wow.
Which means they do new amiibos of Smash. Prepare yourselves.
Oh yeah, there's going to be new amiibos.
Oh,
I
by
don't want that.
Well, hopefully they'll make female Robin this time so I could complete my collection.
Female Robin is available as an amiibo, as is female Corrin. Or male Corrin. Whatever.
$50 for a Nike amiibo? Suck my ass!
Yeah, it was.
I love how that cut out when she said "suck my."
Suck my ass! That's how it sounds.
Yeah, Ike and Roy were both right around $50 each.
Guys, just buy them
ordered
from Italy. Just buy Roy from Italy. Seriously, we have
n- Seriously, guys,
What?
there's actually a rumor about them restocking all the Smash Bros. Amiibos everywhere once Smash Ultimate releases.
I don't
yeah,
think that's
I
gonna
can
be the
see
case
that.
because they use the poses of Smash Ryuu, and they'll probably remake ones with the ultimate poses. So I don't think that's true. They just make the grid backwards compatible. That's
Also, $50 for a Nike amiibo? No, thank you.
Yeah, you said "suck my ah."
It cut off because it suddenly disconnected.
Okay, there's an
I'm
icon
sorry.
here for $20. 20.
Where?
Again, Italian Amazon. Guys, just tell me which amigos you want and you try see if they ship them, I guess. I told you we're so much amigos. Nobody cares.
I just want a fucking Ike amiibo at this point. Holy hell.
I don't really care
Okay,
if I get. I don't care if I get
and
female
if it
Robin
works.
or. I don't get
See
if I
it
get.
works, if you can order it or whatever, just out of curiosity. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out later, but I don't care if I get female Robin or either of the Corrin amiibos, but I need Ike and Roy. They're my mains. Come on.
Yeah, Roy's our boy. We like Ike.
Exactly. Those are actually two of my smashed taunts. Roy's our boy, and sympathy from me equals 0.
Okay,
Zero
why was...
sympathy.
Okay, can I just...
And
on-
yours,
on the
Roy,
taunt-
by the way.
On the taunts, on the taunt thing, by the way, Legendary Ike's quote, you'll give no mercy to my enemies line, or whatever it was. Why was that not, you'll get no sympathy from me?
I know, right?
I don't have mercy on my enemies.
You'll
Why
get
was
no
that not
sympathy
just
from
you'll
me.
get no
I
sympathy
will-
from me?
Because it's a different voice
I
actor.
know.
It's a different voice actor.
Yes.
Still, they still could have, it's still Nintendo. It's still Intelligent Systems. They could have licensed the voice line. Or not even the actual voice line, just the actual quote.
But, because of the way Smash Taunts work with the letters, how it cuts off words and drops them down to the next line, I couldn't just do no sympathy from me. I had to do sympathy from me equals 0.
Mm.
But,
Yeah, so I really just felt like that was a real missed opportunity for them to not just do that. You'll get no sympathy from me.
It really is. Let's see.
But,
Anything else in here?
how do you guys feel about... I mean, do you think eventually that other characters that are assist trophies will become fighters? I know people are...
I don't think so.
I know people are triggered about
At this
Lynn
point,
not getting
no.
fighters. But with a little bit of speculation that's spinning off the topic of Path of Radiance to Smash, I mean, you've got characters that were assist trophies that are not anymore, like Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Her assist trophy's gone.
Wait, she's not an assist trophy anymore?
Nope, her assist trophy's gone.
Oh,
right.
Another
that's
thing.
interesting.
Ike lost his chrome colored
Mira
skin.
Jericho Fighter, perhaps?
Ike does not
Ike
have
lost
his
what?
chrome colored skin anymore.
Shadow is probably
Oh,
gonna
that's
be an Eco
great.
Fighter too, because he doubts Knuckles.
Yeah, Ike doesn't have the Crom skin anymore, so Crom might actually become an actual fighter.
I didn't know he had I
They
knew
didn't know Robin's
a
final Smash.
colored outfit, but I didn't know. I knew he had like a chrome colored outfit. I didn't know he actually had a chrome skin.
That's
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
he meant
about.
that the outfit.
That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. But Samus lost the Dark Samus outfit and it was replaced by
Yeah.
something else. So they're assuming that
Well, Dark Samus could work as an Eco Fighter as well.
Yeah,
they
they're-
won't come
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fighters often, so...
they're thinking of people are assuming that with this evidence of assist trophies and skins being gone, that is opening the path. Peach doesn't
Chrome
have.
as an Eco Fighter of Ike, yes, please.
Yes, Peach doesn't have her costume variant of Daisy anymore, and Daisy's an Echo Fighter.
True.
So, Crom as an Ike
Remember
variant.
the day everybody freaked out when Daisy was revealed? Oh my goodness.
We were freaked out because there was Daisy no Waluigi. Rip to one.
Oh yeah, people harassing Masahiro Sakurai over the no Waluigi thing should probably.
Again,
go
what the
back to-
fuck, people? I mean, I want Waluigi, seriously.
I just
Stop
wanted them for
harassing
the
the poor
memes
guy.
because I wanted to go up on people and wah on them.
It's the internet. What are you expecting? They have
Waluigi
no
never
feelings.
died for this. Waluigi didn't want this. He just want to play
Oh my
sports and
my
shit.
god, poor Roy down there. Robin's got a
Aw.
grimophone, and Crom's out there crying.
No.
I mean, we all assumed Roy would be cut out. Then they
And then Ike's just asleep over in the
get
corner.
out the character.
Oh my god, his shirt says chicken nuggets turning gay.
I mean, I assumed that if they're gonna cut someone, and
Wow.
they didn't cut anyone at all.
And good news, we might act. Robin's final smash was not shown.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Robin's
Which
final
one?
smash was not
Lady
shown.
of, Chrome
I
or
bel-
Eco Fighter.
I believe it went somewhere else. It was shown in a different
I mean,
video.
it fights pretty similarly to Ike in Smash in some certain cutscenes of Awakening, so it could work as an Eco Fighter.
I mean, I'm imagining Chrom as like exactly Ike, except for he doesn't have the eruption.
Exactly.
You know,
They're gonna change the eruption a bit so it doesn't actually have flames.
Dude, female Robin's Final Smash is great because the local man has to ask his wife permission for murder.
Plus, if you listen really closely, you can hear Robin scream out different tome names like Balganon and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking hilarious that male Robin's just sitting there smug watching on the laptop while drinking soda and eating Doritos.
Robin doesn't give a shit. He just wants to study.
And Lucina's like just staring down Marth, and he's like, "If I don't make it in, I'm suing." The fucking,
Poor Ike. He just wants to sleep.
I can't get over that shirt on Ike. Chicken nuggets turn gay.
Chicken nugget turned me gay.
Please, God, let me be in Smash. I can't find a job. Poor soul.
Poor Roy.
I was all like, this Smash is gonna be garbage if Roy's not in, because I make it a point as a Roy main to show just how, air quote, low tier our boy is by kicking the shit out of fucking Bayo mains.
Hey.
I love how she was.
That's
After Roy can beat anybody.
I love how she was showing the.
Corvus, you can stop talking about how your Roy is high tier after you've beaten me as DDD.
Hey, your DDD is bullshit, man. Your Diddle Derps memes the crap out of everything. And I have beaten you as Diddle D. If you still had Smash, I'd kick your ass right now on stream.
Oh.
Bring it on, buddy boy, but I don't have it.
Bring on the money, boys. Money match.
Yeah, we can't do a money match if neither of us has any money.
I'll kick your ass through.
Hello?
Nice robotic
Well,
effect there.
Domo arigato, man. You bro-botted out.
Q. Oh, he disconnected.
And he's dead.
He'll be right back.
And he's dead. Give him a few minutes.
Welcome back, Q.
I'll DDD you to death.
Aw, that's precious.
I think it's a joke until you actually fight it.
I mean, his DDD is just total memes, but it's done well.
DDD's already perfect to Smash said so.
Cute.
I like how Hunter is online and in Discord, but he never bothered to show up for the podcast.
What a fuck.
I don't give a shit.
It's like, oh, you're playing a hammer. Oh, you're playing Cloud? I have a hammer.
The range on DDD's hammer spin is stupid, but
It is
The range on Ragnall.
I mean,
That is just
Hey, what about Explosion getting a buff in Ultimate?
oh,
I know.
that was glorious. It shoots out 3 pillars of flame in front of him now, and it's just not a central
Oh,
blast,
shit.
and I'm all like, fuck yeah! My boys got
As if
buffed!
the hitboxes on it weren't weird enough already.
Guys. They replaced Ike's
Yes?
up air. It's not Ragnall Copter anymore. It's a really quick up air that comes out almost as fast as his back air now.
Oof.
Wait, seriously? They removed the Ether?
No, his
No,
up
his
his
up
his, his,
special.
his up air, not his up special.
Oh, okay. I was scared.
His
You
up
don't
A,
have to
his
touch that
his
bit.
up A while you're in the air. It's now a quick overhead swing that's similar to his smash, but faster.
Nice.
And it comes out really fast, almost as quick as the back air. And
Nice. I was always bothered about how Ike looks slower than he actually is. I mean, the guy is fucking fast when he attacks. I get it that it's for balance, but still.
also them having both versions of Ike, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn makes me happy.
Yeah, I
Getting to
absolutely.
pick which one
I
you
mean, I
use.
like them both, but I absolutely love these Battle Radiance outfits. So I'm glad I can actually use it.
And I like how they made sure to keep the character themes in the right class, although they just put red, blue, and green Ike in Path of Radiance, and they left the Micaiah and Black Knight skins in Radiant Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Nice touch.
But they removed the Crom skin, so Crom. Plus, there's probably a new color for Ike.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, there
I mean,
is...
what hypes Chrome up is that, like you said, they didn't show the Robin's final smash, so it could very well be an eco fighters.
They have. I've seen video of Robin's final smash in I think it was the actual tournament that they held. Someone was playing Robin and got final smash, and Chrome is still in it.
No
Oh,
one, no one
Road to
played
Dream.
Robin in the tournament. I watched the Invitational just last week.
No?
No one played Robin in the tournament.
I know. I saw Robin's final smash in one of the Smash Ultimate videos. I don't remember what one it was, but I know I've seen it.
Oof.
Well, the
Oof.
point of the matter is they removed Crom's thingy, his color from Ike, so he might be getting a Echo Fighter. You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know.
Watch it just be like Vanguard version Ike, only he's stronger and a little slower.
I mean, Crom's actually faster and weaker than Ike, so they'll probably just make it a medium weight version of Ike that's a little faster instead of a heavy.
That's a scary thought.
One thing that we should be proud of about Smash Ultimate is during the tourney when MK Leo fought Plup as Bayo versus Ridley.
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
Keep in mind, Ridley is a heavy. He should not be able to be carried off the top of the stage at 40%.
Also, MK Leo's a Bayonetta main. They only use
To be fair, Bayonetta has been able to do that since their inception.
Yeah, but Zero said that. I'm not Zero. Who was it? Armada said that when that happened, he was watching Sakurai, and Sakurai shook his head all pissed off looking and started taking notes down.
Yeah, some of the guys was actually sitting close to Sakurai, and he saw shaking his head and looking really confused. He also quite clearly heard the boost the audience did at the end of that set. So yeah,
Also,
he clearly noticed that something was up.
Yeah, and
Also, can I just
yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Can I just say, hooray for Zero when he actually great Aethered the guy?
Yes!
Yes!
Yes.
That was amazing.
It's like he didn't even need the Great Ether at that point. Guy was already at like 80%,
Yeah.
but he just goes fucking all out on him. He's like, great.
He's like, screw it, we're doing this shit.
I mean, I don't follow competitive Smash at all until I've started watching
neither.
these recent tourneys, because I've seen a lot of people who are really competitive and are kind of assholes about it. Like, I'm better than you, so you should respect me, and if you're not on my level, then fucking kill yourself. So I tend to stay away from anything competitive. But Smash Ultimate looks like it's gonna be fun as hell. Plus, Roy got a buff with a quicker dancing blade, so woo.
They brought back my boy Wolf. That's all I need.
And Wolf
Where is
isn't a fox clone anymore. He has clawing and biting.
He
attacks
never was
now.
a Fox clone.
He wasn't in Brawl?
Falco was a fox clone.
Falco was the fox clone. Wolf always had his own unique
Wolf
thing.
has similar moves somehow, but he's completely different.
A couple of his specials were similar, but the rest of his moveset was completely unique.
Oh.
And I made the guy in Brawl, so I'm happy he's finally back.
I was a Lucario.
I was so disappointed when they didn't bring him back, even as this.
Yo, can we just be sad about the fact that Snake's ass got nerfed?
Why do you
And
don't
then
care
there's
about
Samus
Smash
boots
so
to
much?
creep the dream.
Because I'm a woman.
No, I mean, it's funny because when they nerfed Samus's tits, the internet was all like, oh, great, all the bros are going to be like, oh, man, they nerfed her tits, this is injustice. But all the bros are like, dude, what did they do to my boy Snake's ass?
Well, basically, Samus' nerf actually makes sense because she's actually more fit now. I mean, she has a tight suit, so they were basically balloons. They weren't tits. Snake's ass is just tragic. At this point. For no reason.
Why
This is
are
a
we
great
still here?
Radiance chant.
Just to
I mean, the Samus change makes actually sense if you think about Thank you. That's just sad.
Like, yeah, we're more talking about Smash than Path of Radiance now, so I'm probably going to end the stream. We can continue talking if you guys want or whatever. But that was it for the stream. You guys want to do Radiant Dawn next week or 2 weeks from now?
Well, I mean, already I'm into Radiant Dawn, so.
Yeah, I'm good for next week or the week after, whenever.
I don't know, because I didn't play Radiant Dawn much, so...
Well, Q didn't play either of them, and he was just here to learn, so it really doesn't matter if you've played much of it at all. I haven't finished it
You
either.
can just spam icon you want.
Troll people.
What, Q?
I was here to make memes and troll people.
Of course you are, because that's your style.
But, yeah. I haven't beat Radiant Dawn either, even though the Tellius games are my favorite, and I never shut up about them, but...
Do it.
Well, I have a lot to say on it, so like I said, I don't even know how many times I've beaten it.
Looking forward to that.
Oof. Well, it's my first game, like I said, so anyway.
Yeah, it was my first one.
See, I had no trouble with the first couple chapters of Radiant Dawn. See, I fell for the translation error too, because I forgot all about it, and I was playing on, essentially, I was playing lunatic mode, essentially.
Oh, God. Even worse.
And so I had no trouble with the first few chapters of lunatic mode. Then I get to the chapter
that's
where
how they trick you. That's it's actually, if you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. And then suddenly, poof.
But then the jail chapter with Aetherinne and everything.
And then you're fucked.
Ilyana kept dying.
I mean, the normal, which is actually hard, is still manageable by that point. And after the second part, it just goes to a shit show.
Ilyana just kept fucking dying. Over and over. And I'm like...
And then everyone starts dying.
I'm like, wait a second. This is on normal difficulty. I mean, this is just normal hard difficulty.
And this is normal. I can only imagine on hard what it is.
Wait, didn't it go easy, normal, hard?
Yes, and the actual difficulties were normal,
That's
hard,
how they translated it.
I was playing it on
He
Lunatic.
said it should have been normal, hard, lunatic. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, I was essentially playing it on Lunatic, and Ilyana kept dying, and I'm like, wait, something's wrong here. This is just normal hard. This is just your usual hard difficulty. This should not be a problem. Because, I mean, I'm always playing things on hard difficulties. And I mean, let me tell you, Luna Plus on Awakening is fucking bullshit. I'm still working on that run, by the way.
I mean, I usually refuse to play on harder difficulties anyway. But I can play usually normal quite well, so when I first was in trouble, I thought, I'm stupid, or is there something off? I didn't know about this translation error until many, many years until I stopped playing.
Exactly.
Reviewers didn't even know about it.
I literally Googled, why is Radiant Dawn so hard?
And the translation error.
Then after I got back into the...
It's like there was a translation error, so I started a new game on normal difficulties, which is essentially hard. And I'm having no trouble with it. I just don't want to fight Ike, because he's buffed as fuck, and all my units on the Griel Merc side are super strong, and all my fucking Bench Brigade units are garbage, except for Micaiah and Soth.
Because they have the stat growths that reflect their status.
Yes. Because I make sure to max out all of my characters as much as I can in Path of Radiance.
Yeah, honestly, I will say that is part of the reason why my Path of Radiance squad is always the same, is because I bring the same squad into the end of Radiant Dawn.
See, I don't think I head to Radiant Dawn, but I like how conversations change depending on... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there's the fact that stats carry over directly as they are, unless his bases in Radiant Dawn are higher.
They do. He just doesn't inherit a certain amount of points. He just inherits exactly what his Path of Radiance stats are.
Exact stats.
Exact stats.
Max out his stats. Exact stats. His stat caps in Path of Radiance are higher than his bases in Radiant Dawn.
That's why he was such a god initially. My last Radiant Dawn playthrough that I had started...
The only difference is resistance, which actually goes down.
The only thing I didn't cap with Soth in my last Path of Radiance run was magic. Capped everything else.
Yeah.
And I was 2 points away from capping magic, but didn't have a Spirit Dust.
Yeah. Resistance will drop if it's maxed out, Everything else will go up. But yeah, it's either the higher of the two stats, either the base or the cap in Radiance will carry over. Everyone else gets a +2 to every stat that they increased, that they had maxed out.
Can I say a couple things about the mechanics from the Radiant games that I want to see come back in Fire Emblem 16?
Sure.
Forced promotion upon leveling up to level 21. 3rd tier classes. I want to see those again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Whispers were
Yeah,
fucking
honestly,
cool.
The fact that Volk was in the game, okay, if they do remake Radiant Dawn, there needs to be some way to turn South into an assassin.
You mean
Just
Path
the
of
fact
Radiance, right? Because he couldn't promote in Path of Radiance, but he can in Radiant Dawn.
No,
In
because
Path of Radiance, you actually can if you use cheat codes.
yeah, if you use cheat codes. However, in Radiant
But
Dawn,
the skin is really bad, if I remember correctly, because it's not too...
the thing is though, in Radiant Dawn, South and Heather are both Whispers, and Volk is an assassin. Bane is the worst skill in the entire game.
What's Bane do?
Drops the enemy to 1 hit point.
Oh,
regardless of base damage. Lethality.
Oh, so it goes.
Finish it off with Force Swipe, basically.
Yeah. Lethality is the assassin skill.
Which is a 1-hit.
One hit kill. The thing about Bane is it can trigger on the second hit, or it can trigger on any hit that would be a lethal hit otherwise, and it'll leave them at 1.
Well, that's good if you need kills for weaker units.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. By the time you get it, you're already in the final few chapters. So, if anything, he needs to be trained. Yeah, you get it after the winter map, which I'll go into that next podcast.
So, wait, quick question, real quick. Sov goes from thief to assassin to whisper,
Rogue,
right?
Whisper.
Thief what?
Thief in Path of Radiance, he does not promote. Rogue in Radiant Dawn is his starting class, so he is the pre-promoted unit you get.
He's the Yagen.
He is the AYFEW unit, yes. He is the AYFEW, the Yagen, Titania,
he's the first chapter pre-promote that you get.
Yes, he is the first chapter pre-promoted. He stays, so you get him pre-promoted that early, yet it takes the final part in the game for him to promote.
It's almost as bad as Roy's promotion.
Yeah, except for the fact that, again, his skill is literally useless. Like, again, if they remake it, there should be some way to switch his progression and turn him into an assassin instead. Like, have it be one of the freaking pain-in-the-ass bonus objectives, like getting the Soren is Almeida's son conversation.
See, what we need for that bonus objective is to have Soren kill at least half the enemies on the map.
Kill who?
Half the enemies that show up on a certain map.
That's the thing, though. I use that map to grind him.
No, I'm talking about literally. For at least 5 chapters, have Soren have to. I'm not Soren. Sod have to get over half the kills.
I'd be okay with that.
Because, I mean, more deaths to make him an assassin.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Or just, like, have him kill almost every boss that he has the opportunity to.
But, like, have him, instead of going Thief, Rogue, Whisper, have him go Rogue, Assassin, Whisper.
Hang on.
So you can pick and choose skills. Or have him be the only 4-tier thing that goes Thief, Rogue, Assassin, Whisper.
Honestly, yeah, that would be okay too. It'd be a pain to get him to it, but yeah, that'd actually be pretty good.
So I mean, it'll make him have to have more grinding, but he'll be guaranteed to get into that assassin line. Which is why I don't get why in the Awakening spot pass they made him a trickster and not an assassin. I mean, I get it because he couldn't be an assassin, but, I mean, why a trickster? Assassin attack movements are much more like his movements.
Yeah, but again, he couldn't be an assassin. He was the thief, and tricksters are the thieves.
True. I mean, I understand why they made him a trickster now, at least. You learn more every day.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he cannot promote in Path of Radiance, but he becomes pre-promoted in Radiant Dawn.
Nice.
And,
So sometime in that 3-year time
yeah.
period, he promoted on his own.
Well, I mean, again, you probably get him to, if you actually care about the file transfer, you probably get him to level 20 anyway, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so any characters that have a maxed out stat in Path of Radiance gain a starting +2 to that stat in Radiant Dawn, which is really unfortunate in Ileana's case because she gets such a downgrade.
What do you mean?
Well, you probably bring her into the final mission, which probably means you promoted her.
Yes.
She's a tier 1 in Radiant Dawn, no matter what.
You mean you can't promote her at all?
No, she comes in tier 1.
Oh.
She comes in tier 1 no matter what.
Okay, but do promotions carry over into Radiant Dawn as well?
No, that's the thing I'm saying.
Okay.
If you promote Ileana in Path of Radiance, she comes back as a Thunder Mage in Radiant Dawn.
Okay, that's common. That's common sense, but I mean, how is getting +2 to every stat a downgrade?
No, I'm just saying, like, the fact that she was promoted and had, like, the higher stat caps.
That's true.
You're gonna remember her from Radiant Dawn, remember her stats and everything, and how just her stat line was great. And you're gonna see her in Radiant Dawn and go, wow, those dropped a lot.
Probably why she kept dying on Chapter 5 of Lunatic Mode, Radiant Dawn.
Also, one other thing that transfers over. So yeah, the stats carry over for that.
The coins do.
Weapon levels.
Weapon levels too? Nice.
Weapon levels carry over exactly as they are.
And I'm pretty sure you can review Path of Radiance's support logs on Radiant Dawn too.
Yep. Yes, you can.
Nice.
And a unit that had an A level support has a bond in Path of Radiance, which the way the bond works is it's a support +10 crit, I believe. Yeah, A supports.
If you play Path of Radiance and get an A support between Ileana and Zehark, then they have a different conversation in Radiant Dawn when they meet.
Yes, there is also
in
that.
Act 3. He goes from, like, I won't fight you because we're old friends, to basically flirting with her.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should probably wrap this up here for the day, and continue this podcast next week.
Yeah.
Alright, it's been a good one.
Absolutely. Can't wait to do the next one.
It was